Alright, so those of you that have watched me recently know that I recently went ahead and did a 100% game completion run of Ghost Simulator. Well, not really a run, more of just got my old account up to 100% game completion in Ghost Simulator. Hopefully all the live stuff is working. And since then, or like, well, even before then, I've been wanting to go ahead and play through Ghost Simulator again from a new account just to see how it is for new players without all the stuff that I take for granted, like game passes and all the other stuff. So yeah, so in today's video, I'm going to be going ahead and starting on a new account and going ahead and playing through the game. But instead of just playing through it normally, I decided to make it a little bit harder on myself because I've been looking for kind of a challenge in Ghost Simulator, and none of the recent updates really do provide that sort of challenge. So I've decided to go ahead and make some new challenge for Ghost Simulator that I'm going to call hard mode. I already have some of the ideas in mind, but actually in today's stream we're going to probably start by going over all of the rules for this hard mode challenge. So yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it will be hard to go through it normally. So, but I don't want to just go through it normally. I want to make that even harder because Ghost Simulator, if you guys don't know, gets kind of boring after a little bit of time. So yeah, today we are going to be doing or at least starting playing through Ghost Simulator on our new account. As you guys can see, we have a brand new account. Where do I see its name? I don't know. Oh yeah, Ghost Simulator hard mode. So that's our new account. And yeah, so we're for this hard mode, we are going to have some additional rules, and it's not just going to be a normal playthrough. We are going to have some additional rules. So let's go ahead and go over some of those, and actually create a document so that you guys can kind of follow along. So anyways, here's the document I'm going to go ahead and use to outline some of the rules for this run. Obviously, since it is hard mode, one of the first things that I do want to make sure is no trading. This will make sure that I'm not like trading for overpowered pets to begin with, or gums, or anything like that. How hard? We will see. I'm expecting it will be about 2 times longer than a normal playthrough of Ghost Simulator. Maybe even longer. We'll go over some of the rules that I have in mind. If you guys actually have other ideas for rules, feel free to go ahead and suggest them now. Alright, let's go make this actually look good. Arial, that's fine, I guess. But let's make this like a nice 28 size. Yeah, but rules. No trading. So this is just to make sure I don't cheese it, give myself good pads, give myself a load of gum just to make everything easier. Yes, that's the next one. No codes. That was part of my plan. Make sure that I'm not using any codes to get free overpowered pets, because there are currently a lot of codes that are like that right now. Or gums. There's some codes for gums, and a lot of other stuff can just be really overpowered from codes. So no codes. Next thing, there was one more. Oh yeah, no game passes. So no game passes / Robux items. There's a lot of stuff that you can buy for Robux that can really help you. So yeah, this is going to be going along with the hard mode. Just no cheesing the game by buying like double drops and all the other game passes just to make the game really easy. But yeah, you can only have one pet equipped. Well, no, we're going with this challenge. What I'm trying to do is to make it actually make sense in Ghost Simulator. So it isn't going to be like something stupid like you have to you can only unbox, or like you can only use like the shortest vacuum or whatever. Someone suggested a challenge like that, and I didn't understand it. I want to kind of keep it in the idea of Ghost Simulator, where Ghost Simulator has that progression of having multiple pets equipped. It has the progression of using some of the perks. I want to keep some of that while also making it harder. And so yeah, that's where we're going to start off with. These are kind of some of the basic rules. But next one, this one is something that I kind of like the idea of. You have to complete every quest before moving on from an area. What this means is that when you get to like let's say Luna okay, Luna's a bad example. Like Blaze, Finsley, before you can move on from end of backdoor or end of main hub into like Ghost World or anything like that, you have to go ahead and complete all the quests in that area. So make sure that you are progressing. Obviously, in some areas like Block City, Adam's quest requires you to progress on past that. So for instances like that, you have to complete all the quests that you can up till that area. So stuff like Adam, Jesse, Finsley, all those that require you to use multiple areas to complete their quest. You have to go ahead and complete all the quests that you can until it requires you to get into that new areas. Yes, you have to complete the islands before moving on. Side note here, exception. You don't have to complete any of the infinite or non-resetting quests. You don't have to do any of the quests that don't reset when you rebirth. Stuff like Gran, Yuwu, Gramps. You don't have to complete those quests before you can move on from those areas. This also includes like Jovins, Bovin, Reed, Michaela, Vic, Nixie, all those other harder quests. Hello. Yeah, what about you and Gramps? Yes, that's what I'm explaining here. This is mainly because of Yuwu, because I don't want to be stuck in the forest for 100 hours or something stupid like that. But it also kind of makes sense because those quests aren't really meant to be done as a completion percent of Ghost Simulator as you go through it. It's not like the quests like Gabe, Adam, Jesse, where they're more meant to be the progression quests that you do at the time. Similar with like lore quests. Oh, hello. Hello then, some random user. Hello Ice Chair. Hello Raz. Yeah, trying to do 100, 200 races board. Yeah, it would completely break the... Rule 4 is impossible. Okay, moving on. That's what I meant. Not before moving. Before moving on. Again. Let me go add the other exception to this rule. It requires a... Yeah, that's what I did before rebirthing, but I didn't do you as old grands, and yeah. Yeah. As I said, it kind of makes sense. All right, the next one I do want to do are... Shift tab. All right, 5. Going on with that, before moving on in crates, before unboxing more expensive crates, you have to complete the crate before it. So basically, if I am on wanting to get pets from, let's say, Pet Crate 3, instead of using like my crate keys or anything like that on Pet Crate 3 and starting out with those overpowered pets, I have to go ahead and unbox all the pet crates from Pet Crate 1, then move on to Pet Crate 2. I've been thinking about this one. This one might be the hardest part of this, because I am required to also unbox crates for other ones. So I'm going to add one exception here. If it's too long, it's too long to complete all of a quest, so all of a crate before moving on. Like Jesse requires you to unbox a pet from Pet Crate number 2. I don't want to be bricked forever trying to unbox all of Pet Crate 1 while only having access to Wild West. So because of that, I do want to add a little exception. If I can't unbox like all of it easily enough, I'm allowed to make some small unboxing exceptions for certain quests. I still won't be allowed to use the pets, but I will be allowed to at least complete that quest to move on and progress. I won't be allowing this for like quests like what's his name? I won't be allowing this for a quest like Dylan, where it's just all about unboxing. He will be required to go ahead and unbox one crate at a time, up and up and up. So before we move on to main hub, we will completely complete Dylan, which might take the longest of any of these stuff, but it will be, I think, make the game a little bit more interesting. Yes, we're not counting classifieds. Obviously, classifieds are more of an end game thing. They aren't really part of the progression of Ghost Simulator. Quest. Step for stats. And then eating classifieds. And then C, also along with this, style quests. Alright. Unbox them all in the backdoor? Yeah, good luck. Yeah, a backdoor might become the pain of this existence, but first we do actually have to get there, so this stream, this idea might not even last that long. Alright, there we go. I think that's most of the rules I was thinking. Sorry, I can't deal with these squigglies. We'll fix them. Alright, there's all the squigglies gone. What about no board? We're going to go ahead and allow perks like board, magnetism, stuff like that, but yeah. Can you play events in hard mode like Halloween, etc.? These are going to be arbitrary rules, so I don't know exactly how that'd work for Halloween events. I don't even think it would work because generally they already have like only one pet crate anyways. Usually only a few quests for each area. But yeah. Is there any other rules that you have? No events. Oh yeah. No event stuff. Thank you for that. No event. No event. Currently there's a quest for something. I don't know if it has a pets, but it's April Fool's event, so no event items. 7. What else? No event items. Alright. Anyone have any other ideas for this hard mode? I'm sure there's something that will prop up, so I'll go ahead and add to it if we do find new rules for this. Yeah, no event items. Yeah, the April Fool's quest isn't that bad. Am I allowing gum? Yes. Gum is part of Ghost Sim Life, so it will be allowed to use during this run. And I think with how hard some of this stuff is going to be, it's going to be pretty nice to have access to that gum to, like, half the time it takes to go ahead and get the gems to unbox some crates. Yeah, but you also get gems and items, yeah. I don't know how much that would actually affect it, but yeah. There is one other thing that we might add later where we are not allowed to, like, do races for gems. That one might be need to add, just based off my experience, with how many gems you do get from some of those loot bags. We aren't going to add that yet, though, because I might need those gems to actually progress in this thing. So yeah. Alright. So how far are you going on hard mode? What is your goal? My goal is to get up to be able to rebirth. But we'll see how long I stay motivated for it. As I'll be playing on a new account, I'm not going to be super attached to it. Boss drops should be allowed. Yeah, I'm allowing boss drops. I don't think I'll be grinding bosses or allowing myself to use like oh yeah, that's another thing. No boss mythicals. This is one that I feel kind of strongly about. Boss mythicals are really good stats and kind of easy to cheese your way into early game. But yeah. They're really overpowered. They weren't really in the game in progression, and they pretty much completely erased the need for this requirement. Since I'd be able to just go grind bosses for good pets, and then not need to worry ever about unboxing crates. So yeah, no boss mythicals. This is going to be stuff from like main hub mainly. If I get something like mini guardian or something from grinding, I'm going to allow that. Or mini final, obviously, but we aren't really going to be getting one of those. They take way too long to actually get. Can I use the mythicals from Dylan's quest or no? Yes, I will be allowed to use any quests, any pets from any other quests. That includes Liz's. We'll probably end up actually using Liz's quite a bit this challenge. How are you going to unbox all the pets in the main hub without any gems? Yeah, I'm allowed to get gems. It's just I don't think I will have enough to get all of them. We will be doing a bit of grinding though for that. I'm hoping I might make an exception here. That we can move on to Ghost World before we complete Dylan completely, because Dylan, I was doing the math on it, and it was like, I don't know, I think it was like 60, 70 hours I'd need to spend grinding gems from like just Ice Cave to be able to get Dylan's quest completely complete before moving on. But yeah. We're going to have to figure that one out. So that one... This isn't a rule yet. So this I'm going to go ahead and highlight pink. This one we might have to allow later if I do want to progress. But I think for the most part, these 7 rules pretty much encompass everything. I'm not seeing anything too much from this, but yeah. Oh, not just mythical, since Anomaly has a godly pet. Yeah, okay, no boss mythical / godlies. Alright, thank you for catching that on Anomaly. I don't think we will be getting Anomaly, though, too soon, so it's not going to be too big of a cheese. Like, by the time you get Anomaly, you can actually get pretty good stats from crates. Yeah, Liz's quest reward is going to be decent for this run. Especially since we're kind of forced to get it too. It's going to play off pretty decently. But yeah, any other rules that you guys have for this? Other than these 7? Daily rewards. Yeah, I think I'm going to allow daily rewards. I don't know if we'll be grinding daily rewards, but we might need them to actually progress. We'll see about that. I think crate 11 godly is slightly worse than Anomaly though. I think, yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly stat-wise. Imagine you unbox 1 crate from Ghost World or Backdoor and get a classified. Yeah, if we get a classified, this run is pretty much... This run is pretty much set. The thing is, that's so unlikely that I'm not even expecting... Like, I didn't get a classified pet in my main account until, like, I had multiple rebirths, so it's probably not going to happen this time. Yeah, we might even, like, if we do get a really lucky and do get a classified, I might just ban it just to make the rest of the progression pretty quick. But yeah, I think this is good to go on the challenge. Obviously there might be a new things added to this if I notice any like loopholes or something. Like, I don't know. For some reason you guys decide, or for some reason I decide that there needs to be another rule. Yeah. I'm actually going to go ahead, share this link in the description of this video, so if you guys are looking for it, you guys can go ahead and share or find it there. Yeah, no Game Pass items is definitely going to be a big one. The pet crates might be a decent one, and then definitely all rules. Save, alright. But yeah. I think that's pretty good. I'm thinking, do you guys want this on screen at all times? So, like, a list like of the rules like somewhere on screen. I'm trying to think. How that would fit. Let's see. Yeah, I don't even think it would fit very well. All right, whatever. We'll just drag it away for now. If we do decide to have it on screen, I think it shouldn't be too hard to add it on screen later. Or at least not harder than it would be right now anyways. I'd say just leave it in the description. Yeah, there's a document in the description with all the rules. So if any of you guys want to go view them, you guys can. And yeah, I think we are ready to go. So we'll just go ahead and start into Ghost Simulator. Again, this is going to be starting from a fresh account. Actually, that should be part of the rules. Rule 9 or Rule 8. New account. So not just doing it with like all your gums already in your inventory or anything like that. But yeah. Did you join the group? I did not. Do we actually want to add that as a rule, or do we want to allow us to join the group later? It does make unboxing a little bit easier since we do have we would get a 10% luck boost. I don't know. I guess that. Yeah, to get 10%, it is a pretty good boost. Let's go see if this is so laggy. No group. You said that everyone can delete or edit it? I thought I had it just on view. Share. Yeah, no. Anyone with the link can view it. Okay. You guys are trolling. 10% luck got nerfed. Yeah, no, it's not nerfed, though, at all, like, really. Because of how we're playing Ghost Simulator, or how we're playing with these rules, we really won't be using too much gum anyways. But, yeah. Alright, looks like stuff isn't loading. That's going to be pretty normal, I guess. So we'll just go ahead and continue. Oh, there it is. It loaded! Congratulations. Alright. Oh my... It's a lot of errors. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, no, again, since there is no trading, I'm not going to be allowing that. So yeah. Hello, welcome to the world of Ghost Simulator. Looking for a place to start? Start to Ghost Hunter Gabe in the forest. Begin your adventure. And look, we got 6,000 gems, guys. That is actually huge. I didn't realize just how many gems we'd get from those daily rewards. Does the gem bonus you get from Rebirthing affect conversion or no? No, it doesn't. So that gem boost is literally just for some crate or some boss chests and the gem drops from ghosts. But yeah, here we are. We are in a fresh account. As you guys can see, we have literally nothing. We got the opening cutscene. Yeah, I think first thing we're going to go ahead and do, we are going to disable trade requests. We are going to turn off hints. And yeah, I think we are now good to go. What is the alt name? The alt's name is GS Hard Mode. Right here. It is a very, very, very fresh new account. Love to see it. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead. Only quest we can do right now is Gabe. This is kind of, and as we need to do Gabe before we progress, we don't need to worry about. This is an event quest, guys, so we won't be worrying about doing it. So yeah. For anyone that is going to ask we don't need to worry about doing that. Also, whoa. It is so weird to be playing without multiple streams, without like quick pets. I have never had to wait for a ghost while I was working on my main account. But yeah. This does... I don't know why this is super laggy. We might switch over... I'd say do Liz after Gabe for Hypnotize. Yeah, we will be heading over to Block City afterwards. And hopefully that will allow us to... oh, we do need to be picking up these gems and stuff. Also, I don't know why it's super laggy. Oh, Interesting. Alright, but yeah. Yeah, we probably are going to be doing this pretty quickly. Look at that, 5 gems. Some giant signed gems. Okay, so you may have noticed your pack will get full after you collect those. You can sell ectoplasm you've collected for Ecto Tokens Lab. So yeah, we're just going to go, yeah, 1 FPS gaming. Yeah, we aren't the most beneficial or the fastest computer in the Wild West. But yeah. Looks like it's doing better now. Ah, you sold it. Great. Here, want a reward for that? Fine, but only because you're new. You can have some gems. Yes, we are definitely very new for this game. There we go, 10 gems. Yeah, the thing is, like, these challenges isn't going to be too difficult until it comes to actually pet stats. I think that's probably going to be the most trouble we are going to have in this. Also, this is my owl ghost. Thank you. There we go. Oh yeah, 10 gems. All right, we're playing Ghost Simulator on hard mode. So I've made a list of like 8 arbitrary rules that we're just going to go ahead and follow on our way playing through the game on a new account. So yeah, it's kind of arbitrary, but yeah, at the same time, it is going to be somewhat of a challenge. Oh, obtain 100 ecto tokens. Yeah, normally we'd not be playing through on like my main account for 100 ecto tokens. We'd already be done just because we have so much pet stats. And I am so used to triple, guys. You're probably going to see that happen. Like every time I start to vacuum a ghost, I'll automatically like try to reach out and grab some other ghosts next to it. Yeah. Hey. Oh, lovely. Oh, we do definitely need acorns and all that other stuff that these ghosts drop, so, yeah. How do we already have... Oh, wait, we got 6,000 gems from the daily reward. That's where we have 6,000 gems. Lovely. Yeah, there's no mode setting. There's no like setting to get hard mode. It's just an arbitrary set of rules. All of them are pretty self-explanatory. I think the only 2 kind of confusing ones are the unboxing limitations and stuff. But yeah, no, it's just to make the game a little bit harder and just play through the game, I guess, on a fresh account too, ish. Oh, looks like we could upgrade our antenna if we needed to. That's nice. Alright, we'll go ahead and sell this. Yeah, pretty much every time the game updates, it is made a little bit easier. So pretty much we are going back to like the base case of Ghost Simulator, where you are only able to unbox a few pet crates. You have to pretty much complete every single quest because you need the progression. And it's actually, I think it'll be a little bit fun. Alright, now you're rolling in the tokens, and if that wasn't enough, here are some gems as a reward. Does he actually take our tokens from this quest? I don't remember. He doesn't. That's good. That's, like, really good. Alright, let's go ahead and buy these packs. So, 50. That's going to be pretty huge. That doubles our speed and triples our capacity. So, yeah, that's going to be really helpful. Yeah, but that's kind of how, like, updates are meant to be, where they do make the game easier for the new players. Here's your gems as reward. Fun fact about ghosts, they love to steal stuff. Forest ghosts took my acorns and parts. It's so weird. Alright, saved me so much time. Here, have some extra gems. I wish it was gums. Click upgrade. Alright, so now we need to go ahead and upgrade. We are able to upgrade. Do we have, like, the perfect amount of items for that? Oh, we had 2 extra acorns, but yeah. But there we go. Actually, I should have a timer. Hold on, guys. I should have a timer for this. Won't help, I promise. Yeah, you better not help. That'd ruin the whole point if people were helping me. Yes, you upgraded. Now you can visit the Block City biome, but don't forget your reward. Hopefully my timer opens up pretty quickly here. But yeah, I do want to see how long this is going to take. So if we can get a timer up pretty quick, that'd be nice. All right. Oh, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't, really. Or that. Oh, there we go. Not right now. All right, we're going to go ahead and start timer at 0. And start the timer. All right, add like, I don't know, like 5 minutes to that, I guess. Actually, I could just go ahead, edit splits. All right, there we go. 5 minutes. We're going to assume that's accurate. If you guys have a better timer, let me know. But yeah, let's see. Is that visible on OBS? It is. Wow. Surprise. All right. Let's go move that a little bit. Is this a good spot? No. That's probably fine. Actually. There we go. Yeah, that looks correct. Alright, so now you guys can see how long this has taken us. Boss is allowed, remember? Yeah, we should go hop over and do the boss, I think. Actually, we need to come over here anyways. So yeah, now we're going to move on to like where we actually have to do multiple quests. So we'll go ahead and grab Adam. And also go ahead and grab Liz, because we need to do both of them. But yeah. Alright. Some very important people told me to find you, so trust me or don't. It's up to you. Either way, I've been entrusted with a very powerful pet, and I'd like to help new ghost hunters. I need your help. Yeah, this is going to be probably one of the most helpful quests this early on. Like, your quest isn't too powerful, but it does have enough vacuum stats to pretty much carry us for a while, so, yeah. And there we go, we've managed to grab both these 2 quests. We should hopefully have both of them in the journal. Whoa, this is so laggy right now. Oh, yeah. There's no way we get to the boss in time, like, with this lag. Hello. Oh, we don't even have access to Hoverboard. I forgot. Alright, whatever. We'll get a few gems, I guess. Oh, and we got a badge. I didn't realize we were getting badges, too. Alright. But yeah, now that we've done with that, we'll go ahead and start working on both these quests. So, all right, whatever. We'll grab some of these ghosts. What did I say about the multiple streams? I am so used to having infinite vacuum streams that I'm not even. I'm going to be doing that constantly throughout this stream. But yeah. Actually, at some point, we do need to go ahead and use our gems for unboxing, just so we do have a little bit better pets, because right now it is kind of a slow grind when we are vacuuming these ghosts. Actually, talking about slow grind, we should go ahead and complete Liz before we do Adam, I think. Because having a bit better pet stats is not going to hurt us at all. But yeah, for the most part, the start of this will look very similar to what it normally looks like. It's really like once we get to some of the lore quest lines, especially like Ghost World. Once we get to Ghost World, it'll definitely change a lot from what you guys are normally used to playing through Ghost Simulator. Mainly because we have to go do stuff like Jax, but also because before we get to Ghost World, we have to complete Blaze and Luna, which are actually relatively difficult quests. Blaze especially is kind of difficult. Luna isn't too bad. Also, I have zero idea why this is so laggy. Like, we should probably turn down some settings even more. Is OBS lagging? Yeah, OBS is kind of lagging. Alright, but yeah, once we do get done with Liz's quest, we will have the first good pet that we can use, which we'll probably be using all the way up until, like, middle of Backdoor, or middle of Ghost World, probably. Actually, we'll see how long it lasts, because we might, with having to unbox everything from each crate as we go up, we might even grow out of Liz like earlier than expected, just because we do need to go ahead and get stuff like Dragon, stuff like Hand, all that stuff before we move on. We will end up with like all the godlies from those areas, and those will probably be the pets that we end up using. So yeah, it looks like we have hit the 10-minute mark-ish. We didn't quite start the timer on time, so it's not like perfect, but yeah, here's some more gems. I think one of the most overpowered things is definitely going to be these gem rewards from the daily logins. It's going to be kind of overpowered. I do hope that doesn't end up affecting too much. I would prefer not to be like reliant on that for my gems. But if we do have to, if we do get stuck on some quests, we may end up doing that anyways. Alright. There we go, we got another quest from Liz, and since she only has 3 quests, we're pretty much done at this point. We do need to grab a few more ghosts, but these should be pretty quick, as they only have like 20 health each. What is hard mode? Hard mode is a set of rules, there's a link in the description of this video, that I'm going to be following as I play through Ghost Simulator. Pretty much what I'm limiting myself to is no trading, no codes, no Game Pass or Robux items. Those are pretty obvious and would be pretty easy to add. On top of that, I'm also not allowing every quest that I get to, I have to complete it before moving on to the next area. So when I reach like lore quests like Jax and stuff like that, I'm not allowed to just skip them and move on to the next area. Same thing with stuff like Liz and Gabe, or Liz and Adam, where I'd normally skip them. I am required to go ahead and do them before I move on to the next area. On top of that, crates. I'm not allowed to unbox more expensive crates until I complete the crate below them. So right now, if I do want better pets, the only crate I can unbox is from pet crate number 1 in Min Hub. So even if I do get a ghost rolled, I do still need a limit. I am still only limited to unboxing some crates from here. On top of that, I'm not allowed to use like event items to cheese it, or boss mythicals or godlies, just because those are a little bit overpowered. But yeah, it's basically making the game a little bit harder and playing through it again on a fresh account. Ooh, frames. What are rules in hard mode? There's a link in the description. It's an arbitrary set of rules. There is no way to like enable it in Ghost Simulator. So it is just something I'm adding to the game. In difficulty, yeah. Can I add your account on? Oh my word. Oh no. But yeah. I might be adding more. If you guys have other ideas for rules to add to it, let me know. Because as it stands right now, it is a little bit sparse on the rule set. And honestly, making it a little bit more difficult probably isn't going to be horrible. Especially if you're for like starting out. Like starting out is kind of easy. Because like we pretty much are set up for how to start through. But yeah. We do have completed the first quest. We have completed the first quest of Adam and the first 3 quests of Liz. So we are able now to just go ahead and progress by grabbing a good pet. So yeah, here we go. We got hypnotized. But yeah, there we go. We do now have our first pet. 2.5 cell stats isn't great, but it will be better. We should be able to pretty much one-shot all these ghosts now, so that does make life a little bit easier. Actually, this is a whole lot easier. I don't think I realized how overpowered this pet is for beginners. I'm pretty much able to... Okay, not one-shot, but yeah. Yeah, there we go. We can go ahead and sell this. And at this point, we should go ahead and I think upgrade our vacuums. Yeah, we are able to upgrade our vacuum in pack, which should also help a little bit. And I think we also will be needing to unbox soon for Adam, so we should be able to go ahead and actually, we need to grab this quest anyways at some point, so we'll go ahead and grab it now just so we can complete it as we work on through it. Get to the mythical pet, go unbox 2, small reward, thank you. There we go. Unbox 2 pets from any pet crate. We'll go ahead and grab that though once we do get an unboxed quest from Adam. So yeah, I don't think we need to worry too much about our pets right now because pretty much Hypnotize is all we need to go ahead and progress in Ghost Simulator at the moment. Also, this lag is absolutely frustrating. Is this how it feels to play on mobile? Alright, wait, we still just need ectoplasm. Oh, nice. Oh, it feels so good one-shotting Ghost finally. Also, if I am clicking X so often to try to equip my hoverboard to move faster, I'm like clicking like with multiple streams. You guys aren't going to notice it, but it is happening. But yeah, there we go. We can now march back to Adam and go ahead and complete the first quest. Or second quest? Third quest? Second quest. But yeah. Hello, Zenek. Hello, Ultron. Yeah, there we go. We are 16 minutes in, and we actually do have a decent amount of progress. Actually, to be honest, this is pretty much the same amount of progress anyone playing Ghost Simulator for the first time would have. So it's not really hard mode yet. Really hard mode's not going to kick in until we get in a little bit later into the game, where things usually start going a little bit faster for most people. Ooh, first pet we got was a pug. That is amazing. We are now pretty much set with that. Like, super lucky getting that pug. Alright, we'll go ahead and equip them. They aren't really going to be super helpful, but we are still going to go ahead and grab them. We're also going to go ahead and get a chipmunk too. Just because we do need to get through Dylan's quest eventually. Let's see, does chipmunk have better stats? No, it has the same stats. But yeah, there we go. We can go back to Adam. Go ahead and turn this quest in. Alright, bye, Luby. Alright, need to go ahead and upgrade our 10 to level 3. We already have all the requirements for that, so that's perfect. We have barely all the stuff we need for that. But yeah, here we go. Upgrade that, and then go ahead and continue upgrading our, going through Adam's quests. What is hard mode? Hard mode is a set of rules that I have decided to add to Ghost Simulator. There's a link in the description of this video. But the main ones are going to be having to complete every quest in an area before moving on from that area. And then unboxing all the pets from a crate before moving on to the next crate. So pretty much right now I am locked into only using pets from either quests or from pet crate number 1 until I do manage to get that godly from pet crate number 1. And yeah. Also, now we are done with all of the quests in Block City. We can go ahead and move on to Junkyard. Again, we aren't counting infinite quests or event quests, so we don't need to worry about doing this quest or that quest. And Dylan I'm considering is just from main hub, so before I move on from main hub, I do need to complete Dylan. It isn't like I'm stuck in Forest until we do complete all of him. But yeah. Oh, yeah, it's for the most part, it's not going to be too much more difficult. A lot of it is literally just anti-cheese stuff. Like, honestly, no trading and no codes is I'd say pretty normal for a playthrough of Ghost Simulator. As I said, the real difficulty is going to be once we start hitting lore quests like Blaze and... Don't you dare make me switch into a private server for this. I will if I have to. I will if I have to. I'm not considering a private server Robux items, because I'm not paying for it on this account. I'm paying for it on the other account. And if you guys are all like over here trolling me by grabbing all the ghosts, I will switch over to it. Even if we don't need that many ghosts. Okay. But yeah. I know you guys don't need these ghosts. Actually, you guys might if you guys are going through like Ella's quests. But I'll just threaten you guys. But yeah. There we go. We are done with Adam. So I mean, isn't it hard mode? Lol. Yeah, it is hard mode. But having everyone take all your ghosts with Hoverboard and instant vacuum, that might make it a little bit harder. I'm not trolling. Yeah, you aren't. You're doing fine, Orange. It's the other person. But yeah. Honestly, we're going to try to stay in public servers as much as possible. But if I have like swarms of like 5 or 6 people from stream, obviously just trolling for ghosts, I am going to go ahead and swap over to a private server just to avoid that. But yeah, there we go. Do we have the ability to upgrade our stuff again? We do. We're going to go ahead and upgrade our vacuum first, just because I am starting to notice not one-shotting ghosts, and I am so used to one-shotting ghosts. I think that's more important than vacuum space at this point. But yeah. Why am I not a classic bacon? I picked this avatar because, you know, I didn't have too much time, and so Roblox gave it to me, but yeah. Alright, there we go. Done with the next quest of Adam. Here's a few drums for trouble. And there we go. Getting closer and closer to that hoverboard. Yeah, again, this really isn't going to be too much harder to begin with. Like, you guys have seen people play through this start of the game this soon. Really, the difficulty is going to start ramping up once we start needing better and better pets. As the ghost health ramps up, and then as I said, lore quests will definitely make it up. But for the most part, like, main hub is going to look very similar until like the very end. 2 FPS game, like seriously, you couldn't just like render a little bit faster? All right, whatever. What items? Actually, we don't need acorns. Acorns is probably what we should be burning. What was it? 3 items? All right, we'll go ahead and burn 3 items. That was like the most inefficient way to burn 3 items possible, but whatever. But yeah, even in like a normal playthrough on like after Rebirth, you'd actually probably be all the way done with Adam at this point. So it is a bit slower than normal, but it is what it is. All right. Oh man, we need 10 more tires. Lovely. All right. Yeah, I think the biggest thing about this will be once we start hitting once we start hitting the problems with like pet stats, because being unable to unbox some like pet crate number 3 this early, even though we do have enough gems for like 1. Even though we do have enough gems for like unboxing strategies currently in Ghost Simula are like quite overpowered with like auto clickers and stuff. So it is pretty common to see people with mass amounts of godlies just unboxed really back to back. Also, we can go ahead and upgrade our pack. That's nice. But yeah, it's actually not that uncommon to see people mass unboxing godlies. Since auto clickers are allowed, pretty much you just turn your auto clicker onto like 100 speed and stuff. And just go ahead and sit with that. But yeah. I look in chat and all I see is which are in the description. Rules are in the description. A game through of Ghost Simula with specific rules. Another person asked what are the rules. Yeah, I'm expecting to get a lot of questions on that, just because like It looks like it should be something official, and it definitely feels like it should be something official, but it isn't yet. Yeah, no trading's a big one. No codes is the other big one for like just like normal stuff. And then the big two like additional rules are going to be no skipping pet crates, so you have to unbox all the previous pet crate before moving on to the next one. And then yeah, you're not allowed to donate. If I was allowed to donate, I'd just get my max account on here and give myself like 3 or 4 sandstorms, and we'd be pretty much done with this challenge in no time. Actually, though, to be honest, pet stats might not even be the biggest of our concerns once we start hitting some of the later quests. But yeah, 400 gems. Anyways, right now we are kind of just waiting for ourselves to get 3 more tires. Yeah, the ghosts in Ghost Simulator might start becoming a hassle with health, but we will see. All right, there we go. Yeah, if you are done with, already got Master Hunter or Ghostly Vision, the next step is either grab Lucky Eyes if you want to. It isn't strictly required, or go ahead and start maxing into a, spamming into an Ecto Tokens Tycoon or a Soul Tycoon for the gem conversion. Because basically as you spam into those Tycoons, you're getting 30% more gems from grinding in that specific area, and you can pretty easily double or triple the amount of gems you can get while grinding, which is just super overpowered. Anyways, we are done with all the quests in Forest, Block City, and Junkyard now, except for Adam. We do have some check marks. Those are going to be those are going to be Gramps and Yubu, and an event quest so that don't reset when you rebirth, and therefore I am not going to be required to do them. But yeah. Oh, I don't have my hoverboard. Basically, every time you guys see me jump in Ghost Simulator, that's me trying to equip my hoverboard. So yeah, if you guys see that often, that's what I'm trying to do, equip my hoverboard. I have it like auto to equip my hoverboard before I someone got themselves out of the map. Ag. Yeah, because you do get... Wait, why do these ghosts have so much health? I guess the previous ones have 75. But yeah. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, Hypnotize is definitely carrying us. Honestly, without Liz, this challenge would be a bit more difficult. Actually, maybe I should have limited myself to not being able to do Liz. Oh, never mind. He didn't get out of the map. He's just sitting over in a corner. It's possible to get out of the map, though. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should be allowed to use the Hypnotize. It is part of the game at this point. But it definitely does add a little bit of questions to like alright, we'll get the pack next. Like what is allowed and what isn't. Also, I was doing some math on like what I need to go ahead and actually complete this challenge. In like for crates. Wait, Reed's in first arc? Yes, he's in first arc, but he doesn't reset when you rebirth. So I'm not required to do him for this specific challenge yet to progress. Otherwise, it actually wouldn't be too hard to complete him, to be honest. But otherwise, I would be stuck on some of the quests like Yubo forever. Is the main reason why we have those requirements. But yeah, we are going to be definitely making ample use of a lot of these quests, the rewards, because as I was saying, I was doing the math on how many gems I need for like unboxing all the, or getting like the godly or anything from it. Like godly from every single area, or from every single pet crate to move on. I need 40,000 gems from pet crate 1 to get a decent chance at getting that class, at getting the godly. Which is, that's already like, as you guys can see, we've gained 700 gems since we started this. Getting 40,000 is pretty much going to be really hard. And also, so yeah, it's a good thing that we did get a 6,000 to start with, because that will allow us to do a little bit of things from that. Yeah, actually, I don't know. Yeah, it was 40,000 for the first crate. But just to get to pet crate 3, which we're required to before we move on to Ghost World, I was doing the math, and I was needing around 1.2 million gems from just main hub to get that godly from that crate. So yeah, one of the things that we are definitely going to need to make use of in this is going to be unboxing pet crates. It is going to start getting quite a bit harder as we continue to progress through. Yeah, there we go. Managed to get the newspapers. We'll go ahead and progress now, or go ahead and grab the tires now. Yeah, there's a reason why they don't allow you to say Discord in Roblox chat. And I would suggest not trying to bypass it. It's limited for a reason, and I think I don't think I've seen anyone get banned for it. But it's definitely possible for them to be like, yeah, you're bypassing or whatever. You aren't supposed to be able to say Discord, so trying to get around it isn't usually something that would be recommended. But yeah, we are definitely going to see if this challenge is definitely. Getting pets is definitely going to be the hardest part of this challenge. Don't get me wrong. Having to do a lot of the lore quests is going to be hard. But like, before we even get to the lore quests, we do need to go ahead and get like a lot of progression, a lot of unboxing pets and stuff. All right, this person is actually legitimately going through this area, I think. Or maybe not. They might be doing like Shelly's quest, but there we go. Only need one ghost, I think, for that area, so we can go ahead and move on to unlocking this access point. Why? I think the reason is just they don't want to have references to social media, and like links or anything like that. So they're like, okay, yeah, no social media references, because like all that, Discord, for instance, is 13 plus, but it is a link to an external site in Roblox. So they do need to go ahead and censor to make sure like you aren't like telling someone to go to a weird site and see weird stuff. So they do limit that. Yeah, it's I don't know exactly why, but there's reasons. But yeah, there we go. Managed to press a little bit on Adam. We have what, like 3 more quests? Then we can move on. All right, here's where we hit the potential exception I have to the you have to complete a crate before you can move on to the other crate rule, and that's going to be if we can't get like, I don't know, 2,000 or so gems pretty easly from like here, we're pretty much going to be stuck here because we can't complete Jesse until we can unbox Pet Crate 2 for a quest. We'd be pretty much stuck here until we get like 40,000 gems, which with only being able to, with only having spent like 30 minutes in this game and we only have less than 1,000 gems so far, which mainly is from quests. I don't think it is really feasible for us to actually get that 40,000 gems. So unless we can get like 2,000 gems pretty easily from these ghosts, which actually, I mean, that's like, what, like, at that rate, like, what? I don't know. 100 ghosts or something per 1,000? Actually, a little bit less than that. Yeah, at this rate, might be possible. But I think we're just going to go ahead. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll definitely burn a few thousand gems trying to get it. Maybe at least get the legendary or something. But yeah. We would technically, in theory, get soft lock, or not soft lock, but like, it'd be a pretty long grind to get out of this if we were requiring ourselves to get up to every single pet crate from pet crate 1, or every single pet from pet crate 1 before moving on to like Jesse's. So we might invoke that exception for this case, since, I mean, actually we are getting a decent amount of gems. We got what, like 300 gems or something in like 3 minutes. That's 100 gems a minute. That's, I don't know. That would only take us like what, like 400 minutes? Yeah, that's less than 10 hours of grinding to move on to the next area. That's definitely not. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and Is that possible? I'm trying to think now. Ooh, I got a decent idea. Maybe, okay, maybe instead of allowing myself to unbox for, unbox, like, just for quests, what if, in addition to that, like, I can only unbox the 1 crate higher than what I have for a quest? So it isn't like I can go unbox, oh, I get up to this quest and I haven't completed, like, pet crate 1, 2, 3, or 4, but I can unbox it now pet crate for pet crate number 5 because this quest requires it. So I can only unbox 1 higher than where I'm at currently for the quest. This allows me to progress a little bit further. But then also requires me to, like, if I need to get up to pet crate 3 for, like, Finsley, I am required to go ahead and max out pet crate 1 at least. So I have that. I think that would actually, also these, someone got frozen. Oh, we are done with this one. Yeah, I think changing the rules around for that would make it a little bit more difficult. And it also doesn't brick me anywhere. Like, if I was just doing, as I said before, I would get completely, like, stuck on Jesse's quest. If I was needing to get 40,000 gems before I could start Jesse's quests. Because you aren't supposed to get the godlies this early in the game. You are supposed to spend some time to unbox those godlies. You aren't supposed to be able to, like, progress 5 minutes in the game and actually get them. Alright, one more cat ghost. Yeah, I don't know who you think I am, but I'm not getting anywhere near final in the next, like, 30, 40 hours. Alrighty. And yeah, once we complete this, we can go ahead and move on to Wild West and start on, like, Jesse. So that is our next progression point. Also, we're going to get shoved off this tower for sure. I hear a boss going on there. Maybe not. It feels painful not helping you. Yeah, the thing is, you can't really help people too much at this point. Like, what are you going to do to help me? Other than give me pets? At least you're, like, actively hurting me or anything like that, so that's helping me in a sense. We do also need to be grabbing items to upgrade our antenna eventually, so I do need to remember that I don't have magnetism and do need to pick up these items. Guys, I have zero idea why my FPS goes so low sometimes, other than like my computer overheating, but I don't know why it overheats or why Roblox requires this much CPU usage. Like, really, Roblox, you shouldn't need this much just to render a game. Oh yeah, we're nowhere close to that. Great. Yeah, except I'm already vacuuming Ghost fast enough, I don't really need it. Need this cat ghost. Yeah, you guys can see all the new players too. It's kind of funny when they have the hypnotize. You can kind of tell that they are definitely a newer player to Ghost Simulator. But yeah. Also, wait, can this hide other pets? That might help a decent amount. Also, how is our pets doing level-wise? What are they at? Like, level 7? Not bad. And set level 1. Lovely. But yeah, for a while now, I've been wanting to play through the game again from fresh, just to see like kind of how difficult it was for new players. Like, honestly, this isn't too bad. This feels it feels like a slower normal start, like from a Rebirth or something for me. So, the main thing I have is going to be once we hit like backdoor, Ghost World, that kind of stuff, where people are actually kind of getting stuck, especially with doing like every. Especially once we start getting to like, yeah, since we are going to be doing like every single quest in like Ghost World, we are definitely going to get the new player experience where you don't know which quest to do, and so you end up just like doing all of them. I think for this like hard mode idea, I definitely think Ghost World will be the most interesting, with it requiring us to go ahead and complete all the all of Shelly before we move on to Leo, all of Leo and Yoko before we move on to Jax, and then all of Jax before we move on to Fern and Gatekeeper. That's almost definitely going to be the most interesting part of it. Really the only thing that might... Okay, guys, who did this? Or did they just like all respawn that way? It's kind of funny when there's that many rare ghosts. There was 5 rare ghosts when I came into an area and no normal ghosts. It was kind of funny. It might have just actually been natural, to be honest. It is possible to get those kind of spawns naturally, and it's just really interesting what does happen. Especially when you do need rare ghosts. When you don't need rare ghosts, it's kind of mad, but... I do need rare ghosts, so that's kind of what we are looking for. Alright, one more rare ghost, and then we need one more after this. Alright, and now we just need a pigeon ghost, which should hopefully be on the first layer. Yes, I see it. So unless someone, like, beats me to it, we should be able to complete this quest and move on to the next one. Which I can't remember what it is, but... There we go. And here's your reward. One last task. My genius hoverboard technology is all yours. Collect items. Oh, okay. Alright, 45 minutes and getting, actually, it's probably going to be closer to 50 minutes as we actually complete. But yeah, 50 minutes for, like, doing items, actually kind of a long time. Like, when you're speedrunning through the game, this is, like, 15 minutes, so, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like new players should be able to progress a little bit faster than this. I think for this is actually probably a good length for this first little part. But, like, I think for like new players, like spending this long on the first few areas is kind of annoying. So yeah. Also, we'll go ahead and climb up here. There looks like there's a lot of people in this area, and although I am also a new player just like them, I don't want to be taking their ghosts. They can have the easier ghosts to grab. It looks like our Hypnotize got up to level 2, so, yeah, we now have, what, 2.55 stats? Oh, 2.55 stats. And we do need to be remembered to pick up all these items because we might need them later. There we go. Yeah, I think the most annoying part for this will be definitely upgrading our antenna, as we do require so many items for that. Oh, we don't even need old stocks at the moment, except for upgrading our antenna, but oh well. There we go. We should be able to upgrade our pack. We can upgrade our pack. So we'll go ahead and do that now. It isn't going to help too much. I don't think pack is really what's going to be saving us on this thing. Yeah, what we still need to go ahead and complete Gay or Adam. It's going to take a little bit of time to complete, but it shouldn't be too bad. Really, once we start getting into like Jesse, that's when the long starts will. That's when the long part will start probably. Just because the difficulty ramp up does like difficulty ramps up with these quests. Like Adam's supposed to be kind of a starter quest. It's supposed to be kind of easy. But once we start hitting like Jesse, Finsley, Blaze, we really start hitting that difficulty curve. Right, one more hammer, please. Nope, that was not a hammer. Do you have a hammer for me? Yes, you do. Alright, the one thing that might actually be useful this stream, or this hard mode run, will actually be going through the is going to be using like gem gum. We might actually be able to effectively use gem gum if we are required, or effectively. We might need to use gem gum to make it a little bit easier to get the gems we need for unboxing for godlies, just because we are limited on our crate progression. Also, like, why is there so many people in main hub or in Block City? Like, how are we supposed to make it through Block City when there's like 4 people in here? 4, 5. There's 5 people in Block City. That is like half the server that's just sitting here in Block City. And we have 6 FPS, so we aren't going to be even able to compete. That's lovely. My ghost. Also my ghost. Yeah, public servers, the first part of public servers definitely does get crowded. Let's see. Oop, there's another ghost. Can we get there? No, no way. And fighting over ghosts. This definitely brings back the memories though, of playing Ghost Simulator for the first time. Like it's so crowded when you first start into Ghost Simulator, and then as you progress, it actually starts like there's a lot less people to compete with over these ghosts. No way I can get to that. No way I can get. Actually, I might reach that one. One more ghost. One more newspaper, though. And then we're good to go. I don't see any. There we go. And now we have access to Hoverboard. So 50 minutes in and we finally have access to Hoverboard. This really wasn't any longer than it normally is. Really the only difference is the fact that we did Gabe in addition to it. But yeah, there we go. But now that we are done with Gabe, we have completed all the stuff in Block City, Junkyard, Sewer, and Construction Site. Other than the quests that don't reset when you rebirth. So, we are going to be moving on to Wild West as soon as we can upgrade our antenna. So, yeah, we just need to now go grind some actual items, and hope for the best. Soul Tycoon is better. It's actually debatable which one's better. Ecto Token has a slightly better rate, but Soul Tycoon definitely has better ghost, better boss spawns, and also better boss spawns, and also what's the other one? Other one that Soul Tycoon has better of. Oh, and a higher convert limit, so you convert a lot more at a time, which is kind of helpful. But yeah. It's going to be a long stream. Yeah, this is probably going to be part 1 of like 6 or something of this series, and I might actually end up like taking small breaks, like month or something between like streams of this, just because it is going to be a little bit on the longer side, especially once we start getting to some of the lore quests like Jax, Shelly especially will be kind of a long one. It might actually start to become difficult. Yeah, there shouldn't be. There will be some grinding that will have to go though. This stream will probably be around 4 hours. I can't imagine myself streaming for any longer than that, really. Let's let's see, where are we at? We have our tires, so we literally are grinding for stocks and other ones. Yeah, I mean, really this first part isn't too much longer than it would have been if I was just playing through normally. Also, we have 3,000 gems. We've gotten 3,000 gems. Maybe it would be possible to go ahead and get 40,000 gems. I guess it really depends on how many of those gems we got from, like, Adam versus just grinding ghosts. Because, like... feels like some of the quests have changed after a rebirth. I don't think any quests do change after your rebirth. Obviously, no one has really checked that out. But yeah. It takes you usually an hour to get past 10 to 4. Yeah, if you're playing through the game for the first time, it will. If I have, like, gum and stuff, it usually takes 15 minutes. But, like, I'm not having 4 times speed or 4 times item drops or ignoring half the quests. So, yeah, it's not really too much of a surprise that it's going through. Like, honestly, the fact that, like, we are here now is actually kind of nice. Since I don't have 8 times item drops, 3 times streams, quadruple speed. No, normally when I rebirth, it's like 15 minutes to this first area, and an hour through main hub. But like, for a new account, I'm fairly sure this is what they normally progress at. We aren't going too much slower than regular. Also, I should probably go grab some more newspapers so I have all those ready, so I can just, so I don't have to check my inventory for when I need to upgrade. But yeah. So, actually, let's see. Do we have enough to upgrade our vacuum? No, we do not. How do you get a 2.5 hour rebirth? Do you mean 3.5 hours? There's no way you can get it 2.5 hours. He has a video up on his channel. Interesting. I'll check that out. Because, like, I'm doing the math right now, and it's like, you're required to do 15 minutes on the final boss. Maybe you can get 45 minutes through main hub. Yoko is going to take you a minimum of like 40 minutes to do. Just based off the fact that I guess you could... No, not minimum of 40 minutes. Minimum of 20 minutes. Yeah, Yoko in 20 minutes is definitely possible. 30 minutes through main hub? Yeah, maybe I'm miscalculating. Yeah, 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes through main hub's fine. 20 minutes through Yoko was like bare minimum. 3.5 hours? Yeah, 3.5 hours I think is definitely possible. 2.5 is definitely not, though. Like, 15 minutes in the main hub? How do you get 15 minutes in main hub? Guess. No, you needed to. No. I mean, Adam's going to be the longest part of that. I'm trying to do the math here. You have to upgrade your antenna. Like, upgrading your antenna is actually pretty quick, but it's like, what? It's like, what, 15 seconds per one of these? You have to do that 10 times? That's already, I don't know, what's that? Already, that's already 2.5 minutes. I don't know, lol. I don't know. I guess, maybe, but you're going to have to spend 10 minutes on Adam. Like, no question about it. Do you have to? I don't know. I'll check that out later. 2.5 hours though through Rebirth. I can't imagine that's possible without skipping some quest lines. But here we are. We are on to Wild West. Actually, before we do Wild... Nah, we'll do Wild West. I do kind of want to go spend some gems on trying to get some slightly better pets from pet crate number 1. I wouldn't... It isn't, like, strictly necessary. If you're doing, like, a more casual Rebirth, then yes, it is worth it to do Jesse. If you're hardcore grinding a Rebirth, then no, don't do Jesse. You can do it without, but... Okay. Yeah, I guess 15 minutes through main hub, that's pretty much what you spend on going through back door. Back door is like, what, like 15 minutes? So, like, 20 minutes, I don't know. It's pretty much Adam plus rest of back doors. Rest of back door is what, like 10 minutes, I think? Yeah, especially if you don't grab anything from, like, unlocking your... Unlocking bonus biomes obviously isn't required, so that could probably be skipped. And that probably saves you some time, I guess. 15 minutes, though. No, I guess 15 minutes is definitely possible. It's, I'd say 30 minutes, but... Man. I can't remember. I can't remember how long I'm taking to go through backdoor. Or ghost or main hub. Yeah, 2.5 hours. That seems like really fast. Because like you're pretty much guaranteed to do 30 minutes worth of boss fights plus 30. Yeah. This vid is linked in my Discord. Okay, thank you. We've gotten 0 sheriff badges and 9 ghosts. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if he did do it, it's not possible. But I'd imagine there's something I'm missing for that. Like he for some reason skipped something with game passes. Probably not though. I don't think Ninja would be someone who would skip with game or skip quest with Robux. So I'd imagine not, but he might have. Yeah, I really don't know. Also, we are actually going to go ahead and do this race because I do need to. Because this will give us some gems, so by doing this race, we can go ahead and get some. We can get some race loot bags that we can go ahead and open to get some gems, which we might need later. So, also, it looks like we are getting first. Haha. Taunt people. we're faster by like 300ths of a second. 300ths of a second faster than second place. Yeah, on your screen you're first. That's just a lag thing. Like, that's literally just how Roblox and internet works with lag. For like the same reason like this stream is, you guys aren't seeing like me up to date on like the chat and stuff. Yeah. It's going to be a little bit behind because it takes some time for my position on my computer to go to Roblox's servers, to go to your computer. Yeah. Hello. But yeah, nope. It's not quite as bad as losing to someone that looks like this, but yeah. I'm seeing it up to date. Yeah, no, there's a few seconds difference. How can I DM you? I've seen your DM. I think I've actually responded to it. But yeah. Not right now. Not right now. Alright, we'll go ahead and sell now. Should be able to upgrade our vacuum. Which should help a decent amount. Alright, there we go. But yeah, just these quests are going to be kind of annoying. To do. Alright. I can't remember. Does she require you to actually unbox early in her quest, or is it later in her quest that she requires you to unbox? I'm just trying to figure out when I need to go ahead and when I need to go ahead and do that, because if I don't need to unbox anytime soon, I might just go unbox some from Pet Crate 1 to right now. Whereas if I don't need it until like later, or if I need it like next quest or something, I'll go ahead and do it later. But yeah, before we do Finsley's unboxing quest, we will need to go ahead and get ourselves up to at least get all of the stuff from Pet Crate 1, which means going ahead and getting lanterns. So that might take some time. Alright. Did I not walk into the cell circle? You call it hard mode? I call it my life when I started the game. Yeah, it's pretty much, it is very similar to how you play the game, at least starting out. The main thing is once we hit like once you hit like Ghost World, it does become quite a bit different. Because usually once people hit Ghost World, they have done a lot of stuff that I'm not allowing myself to do. Like, they've gotten a boss mythical. They've gone ahead and gotten... Actually, we do have a race loot bag. Yeah, this is actually really good, guys. This is a really good source of gems. Like, really good source. Actually, that's pretty much all the gems we need for the crate number 1. So, I may have done cheese by opening that bit, but yeah. I want to catch you up. Yeah, right now we are playing Ghost Simulator on a new account with a few additional rules to make the game a little bit harder. The rules aren't too much different right now. They start coming into effect. Actually, they're coming into effect pretty soon. But pretty much the game's a little bit harder. I'm required to go ahead and complete every single quest before moving on from the area. Right now, that's not too huge of a deal. But once I start hitting like quests like Blaze and stuff, it will become a little bit more obnoxious. Actually, Hans will be one of the quests that I do need to complete before moving on from like Wild West. So, yeah, we'll have to do him. Yeah, Hans is probably the first quest that we do have to do that I normally wouldn't. Yeah, I'm not available right now to do giveaway stuff. I am playing on a alt account. Also, I just realized we are needing to vacuum mechanic ghosts, and not the ghosts in the construction site. Oh, don't worry. I have explicitly in the rules, which can be viewed in the description, made a disclaimer that we don't need to do infinite quests that don't reset when you rebirth. So Yu, Gramps, infinite quests. I think those are the main ones. Yu, Gramps, Gran, infinite quests. Yeah, all those I don't need to do until I don't need to do them. Oh, we got a pet up to pet level 10. And we got 2 badges for it. Nice, perfect. That's actually a funny bug. But yeah, there we go. Look at that. We got our pig and pug up to level 10. They are now They are now considerably more overpowered. They are now, yeah. They're now slightly bad. Get that badge. Hypothetically, if you get a boss pet from opening, do you get to use it? I have a specific rule against myth boss pets. Rule number 7: no boss mythicals or godlies. So no, I wouldn't be allowed to use. Also, now we need to go ahead and do boss, which I think next event is a boss, so we're pretty much set up for that. Actually, before that, I do want to do a little bit of unboxing for some better pets. So hopefully we can go ahead and get at least the next quest of Dylan done. There we go. And maybe even another quest beyond that, so we can get some slightly better pets rolling. Here's your pet as a reward. We do get a monkey. But yeah. What is the hard mode? Hard mode is a set of rules that I've decided to add to Ghost Simulator to make it my playthrough of it a little bit more difficult. So yeah, the main ones are going to be no trading, no codes, no game passes. The other two specific rules are going to be you have to complete every quest in an area before moving on. So like if we were in the volcano right now, which we aren't, I'd have to go ahead and complete Blaze before moving out of the volcano onto ice caves. And so because of that, once I start hitting some of the lore quests, I am kind of stuck on those. Actually, Luna's going to be interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much the idea. No event items, no boss mythicals, and a new account are the other ones. And then also, before unboxing any more expensive crate, I need to complete the crate before it. So I can't unbox from Pet Crate 2 to get some pets from Pet Crate 2. I have to go ahead and get all the ones from Pet Crate 1 first. Same with Pet Crate number 3. Same with Pet Crate number 4. Need to get all the ones from the ones before it now. Yeah, I'll probably be going up to a single rebirth on this hard mode playthrough. This is probably going to take at least 8 streams, I'm guessing. Maybe even more than 8 streams. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be more of a process than anything else. We've already been playing for an hour, and we're barely up to Jesse. So, yeah. Yeah, who knows? A lot of it has to do with how much commitment I have. It'll probably end up taking longer than I'm expecting, like maybe even 10 streams. But yeah, that's like 40 hours of time spent. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, right now we are just defeating this boss for Jesse's quest, so we can move on to the next quest. There we go. We're going to pick up this boss chest, although we don't really need it. It is going to be sad if we don't pick it up. Alright, we'll go ahead and sell now, and then go turn in our next quest for Jesse, just to see if we have to unbox for our next quest. Yeah, if you guys have any other ideas for challenges, hopefully specifically ones that we haven't already ignored, like, I don't know what an example of that could be. But if you guys do have any other ideas for challenges to add to the rule set, let me know. I'm still open to adding some new ones to it. I think some that I won't definitely be adding is like no gum. I'm thinking I'm going to need gum for this. Maybe not need gum, but like really be able to use gum for it. Hey guys, why can't I not talk in your Discord? There's a 10-minute cooldown from when you join my Discord and when you can like talk or see messages and stuff like that. So yeah, that's probably what you're encountering right now. So you just need to wait 10 minutes and then you can go ahead and talk. How long will this stream be? This stream will probably be 4 hours long. And it will probably get up through Rest of Main Hub and get stuck onto Blaze or Luna or something. So yeah. If I need to use a private server, I'll use my own. But I'm going to be trying to do it in a public server as much as possible, just to keep the hard mode feel. The only exception to this is if people from chat are trolling by just grabbing all the ghosts that I need, I will switch over to a private server just for that. But yeah, for the most part though, I will be trying to do it in public servers as much as possible, just because that is kind of the experience that most people, new players, would have, and isn't really too hard, just because like usually you aren't going to have too many people grabbing the same ghost as you. But yeah. Yeah, also, I'm going to try to make sure that you guys aren't allowed to help me as much as possible. Like, overcharging ghosts so that they're 1 health isn't super helpful, but please don't do it. Actually, it might even be hurtful. I might not even be able to get, like, drops from the ghosts if I do that, if you guys do that. Yeah. How can I join the game? I think most people that are in the server right now that are from chat and stuff have just kind of randomly joined servers until they got into the same server as me. Which is fine, actually, to be honest. It's not hurting too much to have you guys in here most of the time. Occasionally someone will try to ruin it by... Okay, can we upgrade our vacuum pack? No. Okay. But yeah, the interesting thing about the quest is, really right now we're pretty much playing through the game normally. There's only like 1 or 2 quests that I need to work on in each area before I can move on to the next area. Like Liz so far has been the only quest that I've needed to do, in addition to the main... Actually, I have slightly better pets now. Slightly better pets. There you go. Honestly, turning down the temperature in my house is probably helpful, just because it'd make my PC actually run a little bit better, because right now it is overheating. So yeah, no, that would probably actually help right now. Just because, like, my reaction time isn't really too big of a deal when I'm playing Ghost Simulator. Like, I don't need to react to stuff. The thing is about bosses, I might add some special rules for, like, mega bosses once we get to them. Like, I don't know, I'm not allowed to use my hoverboard or something. Yeah, actually, that might be an interesting one. Not allowed to use, like, hoverboard or something like that for, like, mega bosses. Might be another hard mode. Like, the thing is, though, we won't be reaching a boss this stream, or next stream, or the stream after that, so we don't need to really worry too much about, like, mega boss rules yet. But yeah. It's actually not too hard to defeat a boss without using your hoverboard. No photon blaster. Yeah, no, you do need a photon blaster to defeat bosses. But yeah, no, like, hoverboard. No jumping in Ghost World. You're required to jump in pretty much every world. Are you, though? Wait, are you required to jump in Ghost World? Wait, you aren't? No, you need to get rings. Yeah, you need to get the rings. You are required to jump in Ghost World. You are required to jump in every world because you are required to do obbies and rings and stuff for all of them. And since I'm not skipping quests, anything that I do, any find item, I do need to find. So, end of obbies, the rings in the middle of obbies, all that fun stuff we do need to go ahead and get anyways. Do I have enough? I barely do not have enough to upgrade my pack. Also, are we just getting really unlucky, or is Sheriff badges like hard to get? Yeah, at first I was thinking that, yeah, no, you don't need to get, you actually don't need to jump to navigate Ghost World, because you do have all those platforms. Platforms are lower than each other, and you do have that slightly lower gravity and bridges everywhere. But yeah, no, the rings you do need to jump for, unfortunately. There's no way to get high enough to get like the orange ring, or even like the Yoko's mark in the top of the hoverboard area. Probably just unlucky. Yeah, to be honest, probably just getting unlucky. Alright. There we go. And now we can go upgrade our antenna. Now, here's the thing. After each quest, incinerate all items. Yet, no, we're not doing that. That is just trolling. Oh, that would take way too long. Anyways, now we're actually hitting into the first time where the fifth, or before the fourth rule actually takes an effect. We actually, for now that we have Area 51 unlocked, you guys know who's in Area 51? We have Hans. Hans resets when you rebirth, so we are required to actually do him. Unlike Ran, which doesn't reset when I rebirth, so I'm not worrying about her. But yeah, before I move on into this cave area, I do need to go ahead and complete Hans, and also get to a point where in Jesse's quest, we do need to get into that area. So to progress right at this point, we actually now need to do both these two quests to go ahead and move on. Yeah. So yeah, we'll go ahead and grab Hans' quest. Oh, there, Hans. Gum. Set of gumballs. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Alright, 3 of us invented gum. Alright. But yeah, at this point now, we do need to go ahead and complete both Jesse and Hans before we can move on to the next area. I was making the rules slightly harder, guys, for anyone who was on the document when I added some stuff. I was literally just making it so I can't go skip to like quest number 4 or crate number 4 because I have a quest to unbox from crate number 4, which actually shouldn't be a big deal. Yeah, since we should be pretty much keeping up to date on that. Actually, do I want to go get better pets now? Like, we have some gems from the one race that we went ahead and won. That was really cheesy, guys. The fact that we were able to get so many gems from that one crate. We got, what, 19,000 gems from one crate or one loot bag. It was kind of cheese, but you don't need to jump in blocks by HQ. Yeah, no, you don't. You can dodge all those attacks without jumping. Actually, don't even need to dodge the attacks. This challenge will probably take 90 playing hours. Yeah, and the thing is, it's not too much longer than like an actual playthrough of like Ghost Simulator either. Like, at least starting out. The big thing is I have to do lore quests, which is what I'm not looking forward to. Yeah, lore quests are going to be a pain. Blaze and Luna, especially since they are kind of early on. Shelly is going to be annoying. Leo and Yoko is going to be fine, but Jax is going to be annoying since I'm bricked on her until before I can get to Fern, I have to do Jax, because if you guys don't know, Musical Meadows actually came out before the Inside of Castle. So before I can move on to Castle, I do need to complete, or Inside of Castle, I need to complete Musical Meadows, since that is a previous area. So it's going to take a while. Quest is not the problem. No gums or pets. I'm allowed to use pets. I just have no trading, no codes, and then no Game Pass or Robux items. Also, I'm allowed to use gum too. I might disallow gum if we don't need it, but I'm assuming once I hit like unboxing stuff for not Joven, for Jillian, I might need it. I haven't used any gum yet, so I could add that rule later. But I'm allowing pets. Pets are definitely going to be necessary to progress in this challenge. But yeah, no trading for pets, no code pets, nothing like that. Which is still going to be somewhat difficult, just not as difficult as if you have no pets. But yeah, none of the OP pets, like stuff from boss chests. So if like I unbox this and get like a boss pet for some reason, I wouldn't be allowed to use it. Although I am allowed to use crate keys. But yeah. There are some things that might get disallowed later, like race loot bags. I opened one of those already, and I realized that might be a little bit too overpowered. At least this early game, but yeah. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, without gum, like, playing through the game is going to be kind of difficult to start with. Like really, we won't have too much access to gum until like halfway through Ghost World, to be honest. We might end up getting a little bit of basic gum, but basic gum's like super useless anyways. It will be it's like double, but it will be somewhat helpful, but it definitely won't be the 4 times 2 that I usually have when grinding through the game. How many rebirths do I have on my main? I'm at 19 rebirths on my main, which isn't too many, all things considered. It's a casual amount. But there are definitely people who have hundreds, so, yeah. At some point, I probably will do, like, more rebirths. It just, honestly, at this point, I kind of want to see what they're doing with the Remnant World before I waste more rebirths on something. Because they could end up making it so Remnant World's super overpowered to grind in. And so, like, all your Soul Tycoons or Ecto Token Tycoons are just straight up worthless. We'll see. Each time you do one subsection of a quest, you do 1 push-up. Yeah, you know, I don't think that's too much Ghost Simulator challenge, as that is a real life challenge. I've been kind of trying to think about other challenges like this that I'm still trying to think of rules, guys, to be honest. Like right now the rule set's kind of basic, I think. At least like right now there's really not too much going on. Well, I say that we are right now hitting like the first time where we are actually stopped, but if you guys have other rules to set in motion, let me know. Like, no gum's actually not a bad one. I don't think I can't actually do a no gum run because I am required to use gum for hands, which contradicts with another rule I have, so probably not doing that. But yeah, maybe like no grinding gum specifically or something, where I can only use like items I get from like quests for gum, whereas I can't really like use just specifically be grinding for gum or something. I don't know. After each quest, you restart your PC. Yeah, the thing is, I want to avoid adding challenge to the game, or just adding time to the game. I'm fine with, like, adding... Like, right now, I'm trying to stick to, like, a Ghost Simulator-centric. Like, I've heard challenges where it's like, oh, yeah, yeah, one of the common ones that people say is, like, no perks. Perks are supposed to be part of Ghost Simulator. They've been part of Ghost Simulator since the game first came out. So, like, if I'm not allowing myself to use a hoverboard, that's not... It is a challenge, yes, but it isn't really a Ghost Simulator challenge. It's more of a, just a... Yeah, okay, I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but like, I want to stick it to so it actually feels like it should be something in Ghost Simulator, and I feel like oh wow, we actually take a while to vacuum ghosts. How many more of these? Actually, let's go grab the Paperman ghost and the Worker ghost at this point. And also, what do I need item-wise for this one? Newspapers, tires, and old socks. Alright. You do no teleport? Oh, no teleport. That's actually an interesting idea. As in, like, no using, like, the teleport menu, so no, like, fast teleports. Yeah, I actually kind of see that. That could definitely be a rule. I mean, at this point, it's kind of a little late to add that rule. No, like, you can go through the teleporters, but you can't, like, use this, this teleport menu. The normal, I know this isn't the teleport menu, but you can't use, like, that teleport menu. You can't use the cell teleport. Obviously, you can use still, like, teleport, like, through worlds and stuff, through, like, the portals and stuff, but, like, not through, like, the, like, here or something. Deadbolt, I haven't seen a single good idea from you. And that's unusual. Maybe instead I just need to, like, touch grass, like, you know, every time I vacuum a ghost, I need to go touch grass or something. I was thinking of saying that. Yeah. I know where you're going, guys, with these quests, with these rule suggestions. I'm on to you guys with this. No gum. Would no gum actually be difficult? Would it? Okay. The thing I'm asking right now is, like, would it be not possible, but, like, I'm trying to see if adding a no gum rule to this challenge would actually make it reasonably longer. Obviously, we'd still be allowed to use gum for some of the quests, but, like, Hans specifically Hans quest, we need to use gum. But, like, I'm trying to think right now. Whether it'd add time in areas where I wouldn't be spending time otherwise, or if it would be just adding time to already long parts. Because if this challenge, yeah, it's more of a normal playthrough at this point. But, like, if this challenge is, like, super challenging in some specific areas, I don't want those specific areas to get even longer by disallowing gum to help me through them. But if there's, like, some areas that are kind of easy and it makes them a little bit harder without using gum, then yeah, maybe that is a good idea for a suggestion. I don't know. We'll see. Hello, Cookie Bobster. Why do I even read chat at this point? Like, you guys are all pretty much just trolling. It's almost like you guys would rather have me, like, not stream or something. Shut down your PC every time you complete a quest. Yeah. You know how much uptime we'd have on the stream? We would probably be barely done with the first quest of, like, Gabe or something. Just because we'd have to restart our PC so often. Actually, we don't need ghosts from this area. Um, Can't believe, chat, I'm the only one giving you real suggestions. Yeah, surely you're the only one giving good suggestions. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, there's something about time. Like, obviously there is some things about making the game harder. It's kind of fun. But like, there's some things where it's just meaningless making it harder. Where it's like, really, why would you do that? Like, I don't know. Like, not using any pets is one of the examples. Where it's like, yeah, it's fine when you're like starting out, but like once you hit like backdoor or ghost world even, if you don't have any pets, you aren't going to be able to progress. Just because you'll get zero currency, not zero currency, but like you're pretty much getting zero of what you should be at that game. There's supposed to be a pet progression in the game. So if you're not allowed to use any pets, that's just kind of, you're hitting a roadblock at some point. Same thing if you're like aren't allowed to like upgrade your vacuum or pack. I know someone, I think it might have been you, Ninja, but like someone was suggesting that sort of thing, where you aren't allowed to upgrade your pack or vacuum beyond like the original one. Yeah, it might be possible with like the best pets, but if you don't have like the best pets, if you're like starting off fresh, it's not going to be really too much of a challenge. Like, you're supposed to have that progression in the game. Maybe if you limit yourself to like, I don't know, certain packs, like you can only upgrade your vacuum like once for every antenna level or something, or maybe once for every 2 antenna levels or something, where you aren't like limiting yourselves entirely to like no better vacuums, but you're more of like, oh yeah, I'm only allowed to use like second worst or something. You still have a little bit of progression there, but it isn't as much as if you have something like that's fine. But like, just straight up blocking yourself from, I don't know. There are some challenges that I don't like the idea of. No pets, no vax, no packs. Yeah. That's the sort of challenge that I am not doing today. I'm not making an impossible challenge where it's like, oh yeah, time constraints. I need 10 hours to get through this area, then 100 hours to get through the next area, then 1,000 hours to get through the next area. And at the end, you're like spending 1,000,000 hours, aka longer than you have years on this earth. And so it just ends up being like a pointless challenge. But yeah, I definitely do agree with having like some of these challenges. As you guys can see, I'm doing one of these challenges where you do make the game harder. I believe that there should be a little bit more thought put into challenges than, oh yeah, just nothing, cut out an entire thing that makes the game pretty much impossible at the end. Hey, on my current rebirth, I'm thinking of going for a tycoon. What tycoon should you go for? Assuming you already have gotten Ghostly Vision and Master Hunter, which are going to be much better perks than any tycoon. If you're working on getting a tycoon, you either should go for Souls or Ecto Token Tycoon. I'd suggest going for Souls. It's a lot better, I think, in pretty much every respect. Ecto Token Tycoon has a little bit benefit where you do have a slightly better convert ratio, but the other benefits of going for Souls are much higher than that. So I'd recommend going for Souls. The one thing you have to keep in mind is that when you are going for tycoons, the only reason to go for tycoons, or really any rebirth perk in Ghost Simulator, is to get a better gem rate for getting classifieds or crates more often. Like, you aren't going to be really helping the rest of your game too much. Oh, use the gumball machine. That's not enough. What items can we spare at this point? Actually, let's do max of this 10 of each of these. I don't know what items I'll need later, so... I guess I have to do 15. Socks are pretty easy to get. Alright, we'll do that for a single basic vacuum gun. But yeah, as I said, the only reason to do Rebirth is to get more gem boost. And so you're really only worrying about the total gem boost you get from each area, not the... Oh, we're now blocked on Hans. Interesting. I thought we'd have to do all of Hans before we could move on to the mines. But it looks like the next quest of Hans requires us to move on to the mines. So according to my rules, we can now move on to the mines. 420 gems. Alright. Jump off a pyramid. Alright. Is Roblox chat really playing hide and go seek? Anyways, I think at this point we should go ahead and try to... yeah, try to get a few more pets. Like, get maybe a rare in here. Maybe, hopefully, a legendary, too. Obviously, ideally, we'd unbox a godly right now and be done with this crate for a while. Like, obviously not done with this crate. We'd still need to unbox the rest of it for index, but yeah. Hide and go seek. I thought I was just hide and seek. Have I been saying that wrong my entire life? Hide and go seek. No, like, I've always... Is it something where it's just like kind of like a dialect where you can say either? It might be one of those where it's like a gray, where you can either spell it with an A or an E. No, it's hide and seek. Yeah, I think it's hide and seek. Now, I'm thinking about it. I've always said hide and go seek. It might be an American thing. Maybe. I don't know, but that's what I'm used to. It might just be because I'm weird. I heard it wrong at some point, and that's what I've stuck with. But yeah. Oh, there we go. We got a unicorn. That will help us. Yeah, it definitely will be a huge upgrade to our pet stats to have a unicorn. Like, I think... Oh, and a duck. We always said just say hide and seek. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that's what it's supposed to be, and I just was being weird with it. Yeah, there we go. We got a cheetah upgrade. Happen to lose something, go find the lucky... But yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, I am counting Dylan, even though I'm working on him right now. Dylan, I'm counting as a main hub NPC. So before I move out of main hub, I am going to have to complete Dylan. But even though he is in the lab, I am allowed to move out of the lab before I do complete him. That was something I explained earlier, but since I'm working on him right now, I feel like I should go reiterate that again. We will go ahead and now upgrade to some rare pets. I mean, they're that much better than the stuff I was using before. Actually, Tiger's actually really good stats. Look at that stats. Actually, Cheetah's good too. Not as good as Unicorn, but like, man. Also, we seem to have a lot of pugs. I don't know why, but we are liking our pugs today. But yeah, there we go. We can go ahead and, I think, upgrade our vacuum now, so we'll go ahead and do that. Cops and robbers. Yeah, cops and robbers. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a game I've played before. Are they playing that now? Man, there's a lot of games I remember playing as a child. All right. Yeah, we'll let that one sit. We'll go ahead and now continue working on upgrading our antenna, because that is our next quest that we are stuck on. The interesting thing about Hans is that his item requirements, they aren't have that amount of items in your inventory. They are collect that amount of items. So we don't need to actually spend the items in our inventory, and we can't have them like pre-collected anyways. So even though we already have 10 meteorites or 20 meteorites, it only says we have 4. That's just how its quest work, which is kind of nice since we are going to be grabbing those items anyways. But yeah. You know, there's a lot of funny things that you realize when you like, which is different across like regions. Also, invisible people grabbing my ghosts. I love when people are just invisible. Roblox, you're doing a great job on rendering everything. But yeah. Now I'm trying to think about what it was recently that I was finding. Also, they are literally grabbing all the ghosts. And I don't even know where they are. Or who they are. But yeah, I'm trying to remember what recently I learned that was different regionally. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of interesting when you hear other like cultures that you aren't used to, and it's like they're saying something and you have no idea, and then you say something and they have no idea, and then you understand and you're like, oh, that's actually kind of interesting. Also, we do need these for later, so we'll go ahead and grab them. Because we need them for Hans. You should go find a private server. Yeah, right now I'm staying on a private servers for as long as possible. I think it kind of breaks the purpose of the challenge if I do stuff in private servers. I feel like public server gives it a little bit more of that hard mode, no Robux spending kind of feeling. So we're just going to use Roblox joining method right now. But yeah, I definitely understand the mentality. It is a public server, even if you find one with low amount of people. But yeah, for now, we'll go ahead and stay in a public server. If it ever starts to become too difficult, we'll go ahead and switch over, but yeah. What's more rare, classified boards or mythical boards? Obviously, it depends on what board and what pet, or what boards. Like, for instance, this is the thing about Rarity and Ghost Simulator. Rarity pretty much has nothing to do with how rare an item is. Like, there's classifieds out there that are much rarer than some commons. Or commons that are much rarer than classifieds. Like, if it's an event, if it's limited, a lot of those stuff play into how rare something is. Like, even like, stuff that's always obtainable. Like, you have stuff like Sandstorm, which is a classified, but is actually kind of common. And then stuff like, I'm not saying, okay, here, I'm not saying this is worth more. But then you have stuff like Jax's, Godly Pet, which, no one has just because no one does Jax. A few people have her, but not like, not that many. So yeah, Rarity is really not a good indication of what's rare. It depends, like, specifically which one you're talking about. Like, some mythical boards, like, for instance, Lucky Carpet is going to be a lot more common than like godlies or than classifieds like the Wings of Duality, Wormhole, those ones. But and then some other respects, some other mythicals are going to be actually more rare than some of the classifieds. Like, for instance, the classifieds from Pet Crate 1, Pet Crate 2, Pet Crate 3, those are really easy to get. So people have unboxed like quite a bit of them. Whereas like the mythical board, oh, there really isn't any mythical boards other than Death Chests. Yeah, I guess it depends on what it is. Like, Rarity depends on the specifics. Like mythical boards, if you're talking like event mythical boards, those are much rarer than any classified. But yeah, most common classified. Most common classified in Ghost Simulator, assuming we aren't counting items, because there are some items like Luna's Key. I think we got really lucky there with the lag not pushing us away before we vacuumed it completely. But yeah, there are some classifieds, like items that everyone has, but I'm assuming not counting those. There are some that, like Feather Shock's pretty common. But like Gemship's not too common, I guess, but I don't know. Yeah, Cosmic Wing is definitely one of the most common ones. Sandstorm even is getting there. I'm sure more people have unboxed Sandstorm than they have unboxed Cosmic Wing up. Actually, no. We had years to unbox Cosmic Wings. Sandstorm is still rare, even if people have mass unboxed Sandstorm. We need like another month or two before we reach those numbers, but yeah. But yeah, no, all classified boards are going to be the same rarity, pretty much. Just because, like, even like classified pets, in theory, if you're just talking about to unbox, they all have the same chance to unbox. And then because gems are really a non-factor, pretty much anything except for the expensive ones, where people are actually grinding for it, are going to be about the same rarity. That should be one quest. No, those are 10 parts. Ouch. Yeah. I want to try for a space shuttle, but I'm broke. Yeah, like, once you get up to, like, Remnant World, though, assuming you have a Rebirth, you can go through Remnant World, get those packs and vacs, and you're pretty much... I think you should be able to grind for a space shuttle with, like, lucky cats, I think. Assuming you can get the biggest pack from Remnant World, I think you can grind for space shuttle. Like, without any rebirths or tycoons or anything. I have done currently 19 rebirths on my main account. Obviously, this account isn't my main account. But yeah. You might need some tycoons, I guess, for space shuttle. But like no more than like 3. Actually, how many gems do you need for a space shuttle? Less than a billion for sure. Actually, I do want to check something really quick. Unlockables. I have none of those unlocked. I was going to check to see how expensive Hoshi Blade was. 1 billion. Okay. Yeah, no, sorry. Is it seriously a billion? Yeah. It's like 400 million? Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. If people of you that have in chat have gotten it without any with 0 tycoons, then it definitely should be possible. The biggest thing is to be using gum on it. Like glitchy lucky gum isn't too hard to grind, assuming you have the double drops game pass or glitchy loot gum. Obviously glitchy loot gum's pretty easy to get, so you guys should all be grinding it, but you know. Maybe grind it before you rebirth instead of after, but yeah. Yeah, honestly, the exact number, it's the best. The thing about chances is that you can always get unlucky and not get it, or you can get really lucky and getting it. I think the best way I've seen to like counter that is doing a 50% chance of it. So after so and so many gems, you have a 50% chance of having at least one. So that amount of gems, you could get more, but you're just as likely to have got it as not. That's usually my way to calculate how many gems you need. And yeah, eventually someone is going to get unlucky on it. It's a lot easier to get unlucky on something than it is to get lucky on it. Actually, no. Other way around. Actually, no, because like using 1/3 of the gems required, and using 3 times the amount of gems required is actually about the same likelihood. Math on it is weird. Like that's the thing about chances and theoretical stuff like that. You have to use statistics. Obviously, for like just averages, it's pretty easy. Most people can do that pretty easy. But like once you start like getting into it, it's gets a lot more complicated to be like, oh yeah, after this amount, I have 120% if you're using like the naive approach to it. And you don't have a 120% chance of getting it after that amount. You more or less have like a 72% chance, just because you can never have a 100% chance. So even after unboxing like 10 times the amount of gems required for something, you're still only going to be at like a 99% chance of getting it. Yeah. All right, we can upgrade our antenna now, so we'll go ahead and do that for this quest. Yeah, statistics are weird. Even if you have, like, some statistics will say like your average crate cost, for example, is a very, very common, very good metric. That suggests you have a 100% chance at some point. The way you have to do it is actually using like exponentials and stuff like that, and it's not fun. And honestly, as I said before, it's just as common to use a third of the gems required as it is to use 3 times the gems required, which that's only a 2/3 difference from the normal amount, whereas this is a 2 times difference from the normal amount. So it's a lot more noticeable when you go 3 times over than when you go 1/3 of it. Just because there's a lot more of a time difference than it is the other way. But yeah. Do I know how rare the developer head pets are? And our luck passes make them easier. One thing I can say with certainty, luck boosts and luck game pass do not affect the rarity of stuff in the developer chest. This is pretty easy to see once you realize that everything in there is legendary plus. So in theory, all of it should be applied to the luck boost. How it actually works in practice is not that way. For instance, if you have like 1,000 times luck, godly rarity will actually, if godly rarity is like over 100%, you'll never get a legendary, even though legendary is at like 3,000%. Devs have messed with their luck base to get that number. But basically, if it did work that way, you wouldn't, if you had like double luck, you wouldn't be able to get any legendaries. And people with the luck boost are still able to get legendaries, so therefore luck boosts do not affect the crate. Another thing about Ghost Simulator is anything that doesn't have numbers that specifically change when you use a Lucky Gum do not get affected by Lucky Gum. As for exact numbers for it, I think people say it's around a 5%. That's, I think, what my rate for it is, too. So it's about a 5% chance of a dev head, 5% chance of a dev board, 10% chance of a... I don't know after that, but like it feels like a 5% chance. Maybe it's a little bit less, like a 2.5 or 3 or 4% chance. But I would say 5% chance for those, 10% chance for mythicals, 15% chance for like a godly, and then the last 40% is 20% for each of the legendaries, maybe. Obviously, saying that out loud, it feels a lot more like 50% chance for legendaries, so might be a little bit off on those numbers, but yeah. Also, here we go. We should be able to upgrade our vacuum. No, pack. Pack is definitely more important. 5,000 short. That's annoying. Anyways, once we get through this area, actually, yeah, once we get through this area, we're kind of going to be stuck on Finsley for a while, because we do need to go unbox the Godly from Pet Crate 1, before we can move on to unboxing for Finsley's quest. which I don't think is actually super early. Like, if it's similar to Jesse's quest, we don't need to do it until like halfway through the quest. Which is good, because that means that we can make a little bit more progress into areas that can give a little bit better gem drops. Although I still feel like we are going to end up cheesing a lot of these gem requirements with race loot bags, just because those do feel super overpowered at this point. We'll go ahead and upgrade that. Number 2 pack. But yeah. I'm stuck at unbox a godly pet for Blaze's mission. Yeah, we're definitely going to get stuck on that too at this point. Unboxing the godlies is probably going to be the hardest part of this challenge in a way. For like the first little bit. Right now it's been playing just normally. Like, I haven't really had to do anything additional. But once we do get up to, yeah, once we do start needing unboxing for some of these quests, we are going to get stuck. All right, there we go. We can move on with Hans. It's been nearly 4 years since I've done Ghost Hunter Blaze for Sparks. Oh, that's, yeah. I never want to do those. Oh, we got a basic loot gun. But yeah, I never want to do some of those lore quests again. I did it for my 100% game completion. I am never doing LA again. Never. Like, there is no one can convince me that doing Ella is worth it. She took like an hour and a half to do. Yeah, Dylan's for the first time definitely was one of the most difficult quests. Like Jillian was even worse since you had to level up pets. I remember leveling up pets for Jillian. It was a pain. And you get the godly one, and I remember, like, everyone I feel like does this. Or like, oh, does anyone have a godly at level 3 that I can upgrade to level 4? I'll give it back. It's not worth it. Like, no one has that just sitting around for you to use it. They'll just use it for their own quest. Also, like, what is this hoverboard nonsense? We don't need it. But yeah. If you're just speedrunning Rebirths, or if you've already played through the game and you have a decent amount of glitchy loot gum, and you're just doing it for Rebirths. So this is like what most people consider speedrunning Ghost Simulator. The only quest you need to do is going to be Adam in Main Hub. That's all you need to do in Main Hub. Once you get into Ghost World, the only quest you need to do in Ghost World is going to be Yoko and Gatekeeper. And then once you do that, you move on to Backdoor, at which point you just speedrun through the entire Backdoor and get to Blaze. And then you do all the dev class, then you do all the void quest lines, and that's it. Yeah, if you're going through the game though for like your first time, i.e. not no loot gum, no game pass and stuff like that, you're going to be wanting to grab some of the quests like Jesse. You're going to be wanting to grab Leo. You're going to be wanting to grab even Finsley is going to help you speed it up in the long run. But yeah. But yeah, and then you also going to want to grab Rowan, you're wanting to grab Riley, you're going to want to grab Gum before your Rebirth. There's a lot of stuff you want to grab if it's your first time through the game that you won't on your any time later through the game. Also, we have to use a bunny gum. Fun. Right? Thank you. But yeah. Then you get all the devs. Yeah, I almost said that. I meant all the devs in the void, but yeah, no. You just speedrun when you're first playing through the game. Yeah, no problem. Just get all the dev classifieds. It's been 2 hours. Yeah, it has been 2 hours. And the thing is, this is still we really aren't hitting too much of the hard mode difficulty yet. A little bit on the pets. Like right now, if I want to, I would have enough gems to unbox the pet crate number 3 to get some better pets. It wouldn't be insane. It wouldn't be an insane improvement. But it would be a small improvement that would make it a little bit faster, which most people would normally go ahead and do, especially if they have like a crate key like we do. So yeah. Crate keys. We now have 2 crate keys. But for the most part, this is kind of part of this stream is to see how it is for new players, because I kind of want to see what I can suggest to improve the new player experience. And right now, I definitely feel like at 2 hours into this game, new players should at least be able to get into Ghost World. I think that's reasonable, to be honest. Like, we have at this point, we have six worlds that people can go into. I think it's reasonable that they're in the second world, just based on like how much endgame, if you want the endgame to actually ramp up in difficulty, they should probably be able to get into the second world in the first 2 hours of playing the game. Just based off the fact, like, endgame people, we pretty much went through all of Remnant World, which is the last area. Each of those quests took like an hour, so that's what, like 4 hours to get through entirety of Remnant World. I think maybe it should take 4 hours to get through the first world when it takes 4 hours to get through the last world. I feel like there should be a little bit of a difficulty curve there. Yeah, actually all the quests here have been made easier at least once. It's actually better than Ghost World. Like, Ghost World's definitely going to be one of the ways where I suggest where I'll be in a lot more pain. But like, yeah, there's a lot of things where this game is really not optimized for new players. Like, as much as people do, much as old people I know, and understandably, are gonna like new players get it super easy. I understand that sentiment. Like, yeah, new players are getting it a lot easier than we did when we first started the game. They didn't have these overpowered boss mythicals. They didn't have races. All this overpowered stuff. Oh, we are. Yeah, there is no way we're getting through Hans before we reached. Yeah, we're actually bricked on Hans for a while. Okay, that's fine. What do we need? We need more gold bars. But yeah. Yeah, like, as the game progresses, there's a lot more focus being put on the end of the game, and a lot more people really care about that end of the game. That's a good example of this. Okay. Like, even like Minecraft. Okay, this is like a bad example. Minecraft is like not even related to Ghost Simulator. Like, Minecraft, every single time it updates, it adds more to the end of the game, or stuff to do near the end of the game. But with it, it usually also makes it easier for you to progress to that point. Like, I haven't played too much of old Minecraft, but like, I've heard that, like, when you didn't have enchants, it was like actually a grind. When we didn't have the new enchanting system, made it a lot easier to get new enchants. Villagers made it a lot easier to get new enchants, and it, like, each update, they make it easier to make it through more of the game. So that players can actually get to the end game where there is more of that content, and the new stuff is at. Where instead of getting bricked for, I don't know, 5 hours trying to get your first diamond pickaxe, you can now actually get your first diamond pickaxe in like your first like 20 minutes. Like, I feel like that's reasonable for like a casual player. Obviously you guys can all disagree with me. And you probably most of you guys do disagree with me, to be honest. But yeah. Yeah, that's my opinion, at least. Minecraft's a bad example. I don't have really too much better examples. At least none that you guys would probably know. But yeah, that's generally how games usually work. I don't know. Maybe they aren't supposed to work that way. It's just kind of a side thing that I'm noticing in all the games. But I feel like it allows new players to get a lot more into the game without having to. They can feel like they actually progress. This is the funny thing, though, because all of all of Han's quests are collect items. Actually, Hans isn't really going to take us too much longer than, especially since, like, we've already pretty much, he is having these quests where we do need to upgrade, our antenna anyways, so we can move on to the next area because we are stuck on him. We can't progress. He isn't actually being as much of a problem as I thought he would. I thought he would have us, like, do a lot more stuff, before we had to upgrade our antenna, so we'd actually get stuck on him and see some of that rule number 4 taking effect. But yeah, it looks like we will be hitting that rule number 5 first, where we do need to worry about our crate stuff. But even that isn't too much of a... Even that we aren't super likely to hit anyways. 5 rat ghosts and 20 business ghosts. This shouldn't be too hard. Like, what are the chances we already have 5 rat ghosts in here? Yeah. Again, this difficulty will really start ramping up once we hit Ghost World, where you do actually care a little bit more about your pet stats. You do care a little bit. You have a lot more quests, lore quests, freedom, that normally people can just skip quests. Where we're locked into doing Shelly, we're locked into doing Jax, we're locked into doing Yoko and Leo. Yeah. For now, though, it is going to be pretty similar. Oh, we don't need these ghosts, we need these ghosts. Hello! Oh, was that our hypnotize? Is our hypnotize up to level 3 now? Oh, it's up to level 4. Wow. That's nice. Only took us 2 hours. Yeah, at this point, I think we've grinded 8,000 gems. Like 19,000 gems of this that we have right now came from one race loot bag. 6,000 of it came from a daily reward. So minus 19,000 minus 6,000, 8,000 gems that we have at this point. That's about a 20% chance at getting the godly from pet crate number 1. And so I am glad that I'm glad that we have access to like race loot bags. I don't know if I'll be using too many of those in the future, but for now, at least this one will definitely allow us to progress at this point. With being able to get up to crate number 1 at least completely done. But yeah, I can't imagine actually doing this challenge without a few of the stipends I do have on the pet crates. I think the ones that we have right now are kind of fair-ish. We may have to, again, I've changed them already once to make it a little bit harder. But we might end up getting stuck in main hub working on Dylan. We do have a small clause in there for that, but that is kind of what I'm worried about at this point, is getting the 1.2 million gems from main hub that you need to actually get the godly from pet crate number 3. At least that's what the math I've done says. we should need. Yeah. Honestly, it's kind of interesting to actually, I guess back then we could actually use converters. Like right now you aren't going to be able to use a converter in main hub. Just because it's like balanced for endgame. Like once you get ghost world packs. Like when people were first in main hub, the converter rate was a lot lower. So they were actually able to grind for the grind gems with it and actually get a few million without having to go to Ghost World or Remnant World to get bigger packs. Nowadays, you can't really grind gems in main hub. You kind of need to get up to Ghost World before you can really grind gems. So that's kind of why I'm a little bit worried if we were going to get required to get all the stuff from main hub, all of the pets from main hub before we could move on to Ghost World. If I was requiring myself to complete Dylan before I moved on to main hub. Actually, yeah, I can't show that. Alright, we should be able to upgrade our vacuum, I think. Boom. Actually, that's a race. We'll go ahead and join that race. And then we'll... Oh, look, we're guaranteed third, so we're perfect. Oh, we hit a slowdown. Yeah, playing this on the app version of this, like usually I play this on something slightly different. Like we got a second this time, but like it's kind of hard. Actually, we got first. Why did we get first? I thought there was someone like right behind us. But whatever, we'll take it. Yeah, if I was requiring myself to complete Dylan before moving on from main hub, there's really no way to grind gems in main hub at the moment, just because the converter is using new numbers, and so if I was requiring myself to actually do that, I would get stuck in main hub for like forever. Actually, with the race loot bags isn't forever. I would be able to get it eventually, but I think I'm going to try to minimize the amount of race loot bags I end up using. Because they give a lot of gems and don't really feel... oh, wait, we have all the ghosts we need from here. They give you a lot of gems and don't really feel like a good, I think, progression point, in my opinion. Yeah, I said to main hub, not from main hub. Yeah, I know. I make mistakes when I'm talking. You guys know what I mean most of the time. Unless I'm just rambling sometimes, then I'm like, what? I don't even know what I said at some points. And I'm sure at those points you guys are just like, yeah, I have no idea what he's saying either. And you don't even notice. Actually, how much of what do I say actually gets filtered by you guys? Like, I imagine like most of you guys just ignore everything I'm talking about now. Like, how many of you guys are actually listening to what I'm saying in chat versus just like having something playing in the background? All right, I'm not seeing a whole lot of yeah, okay. That's kind of what I was expecting. A whole zero of you guys are actually listening to what I'm saying, and all of you guys are just listening to this in the background. That's actually fine, though, to be honest. That's the thing about, like, watching YouTube. I know I end up watching quite a bit of YouTube sometimes, too. You watch YouTube, and it's just unproductive. Like, if you end up watching YouTube without doing anything, 3 hours go by, you've done nothing. If you watch YouTube in the background while, like, playing a game or something, like, yeah, you're being unproductive, but you're being double unproductive, so it actually still feels fine. At least that's what I've noticed. Like, playing games isn't super productive, but, like, watching YouTube isn't super productive either. But if I do them together, I at least feel productive. Alright, 750 gems. Actually, do we have any... We have a race loot bag if we wanted to. I always listen. Alright, so maybe one of you guys do. So we have 2 meteorites. We're gonna need so many items to unlock this bonus biome and the antenna level. Like, Jessie isn't a joke to do her quest line. She has a difficult quest line. Yeah, no, I know we could cheese this by just like unboxing like a boss chest or something right now. But the thing about Jessie's quest anyways is that we are going to be stuck on item collection for a while anyways. So might as well do that item collection and get the gems at the same time. Because like that is going to be our next quest, is to unlock that. So if we can just grab all those items while we're working on our gems, it makes the next one a little bit faster by sacrificing a little bit of time now. But yeah, I don't know why this quest requires so much item collection. Man, I did not expect this to take so long. Like, Jessie is one of those quests that you do skip during a rebirth usually. You don't notice how long it takes until you actually do it, but like, it's longer than you think. Is it really hard to get a corrupted board? It's not easy, I'd say. Especially if you don't have like game passes, it's going to take quite a while. If you do have like double drops game pass and the double boss drops game pass, yeah, it's relatively easy. But if you don't have either of those, I wouldn't recommend grinding for it. I also wouldn't recommend trading for it either. Like, really, there's no reason to trade for it. Okay. We don't really need these ghosts, do we? Corrupted is a 5% chance, apparently. Yeah, take that number with a grain of salt. That's just like my anecdotal evidence. Like, that's literally zero hard evidence behind that. It isn't even like I took the 64 chests I unboxed like a week ago and ran numbers on that. It is literally me pulling a number out of a hat based on what I feel like out of the amount of unboxed. Yeah, again, 5%, hitting a 5% chance isn't that hard, to be honest. Like, that's 1 in 20 of the people watching this video will get like a dev head on their first try, or a dev board, I guess, too. Yeah, it's not too difficult to do that. It's nice, but like, it isn't insane. It isn't like getting like a classified on your first box or something like that. That's utterly insane. But enough people have done it that someone has actually managed to do it. So enough people have played Ghost Simulator that someone has gotten a classified on their first, maybe not their first box, but like on one of their first few boxes on like a crate or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like the Hall of Fame, how it's set up in Discord, Blocks by Discord. I pretty much see the Hall of Fame images 2.0. Literally, they have the same description if you look at their description. One's like, oh, share your images or, I don't know. Share your images or achievement. I don't remember what it is. but they're like literally the same thing when you actually look at them. It's kind of funny. At least they used to. I think they've been differed a little bit slightly now. But like at one point, like half the things in there were like literally just stuff that could have been posted in images, and people would have just been like, yeah, meh. It was super easy to get an admin to post your image in there. It was really bad when it first came out, but yeah. If something goes from being a 1% chance to a 3% chance, did the chance triple or increase by 2%? It definitely didn't increase by 2%. I would say it tripled. It tripled the chance. But a lot of it depends on how you want to look at it. Like, yeah. There's different ways of looking at, like, how stats change. Like, for instance, luck boost is kind of a good example of that. There's you get a 10% luck boost from joining the group, which is actually not really a 10% luck boost. It's a 110% increase. So it's like 100. It's 1.1 times on the base. Obviously, if you're using gum, it's actually different now. But yeah, chances are a little bit weird like that, where there's usually two ways of praising it, and both of them sound really weird. Like that could be a 200% increase if you wanted to. It could be 3 times. It could be 300% of. It could also be, yeah, that flat 2% increase. But yeah, that's the thing about a 2% increase. A 2% increase from going from 1% to 3% isn't too big. But if it's a 2% increase from like 0.001% to 2.001%, that's huge. Yeah, a lot of it depends on context, is I think what I'm trying to say. Or maybe I'm not trying to say anything and I'm just rambling for your guys' amusement. Yeah, yeah, boss gum is actually one of, I think, probably the most balanced gum in Ghost Simulator at this point. Like, you have like literally, you have loot gums, which are like super overpowered. Everyone uses them. They're pretty much constantly used. Actually, Lucky Gum's pretty balanced now too. But like half the gums no one ever uses. Like no one's using vacuum gum, except during events. Pretty much no one's using zoom gums except during like the first few seconds of the rebirth. Body gums used every once in a while, but you aren't going to be using hundreds or thousands of those gums. Whereas you are able to use the amount of boss gum you get pretty easily. It is pretty helpful, and yeah. Yeah, no one really knows the exact numbers on like any chance that isn't explicitly stated in game. Like we have good guesses, but they're like super accurate. Loot gum's super useful even if you do have the Game Pass. It's actually in a sense more useful if you do have the Game Pass, just because you are able to use. Yes, it does just double it, but it doubles it, or yes, it does just multiply by a certain amount, so you're technically getting the same amount. But you have to use less of it to get the same amount of it, and so in that sense, you're actually able to get like doubly more of it. In a sense, like it's weird how it actually maths out. Like it isn't as useful as sometimes I say it is, but it's also not as unuseful as you'd think in a way. Like you'd say like, oh yeah, loot gum's just as useful for people without the Game Pass as it is with. But like the amount of increase that you do get from like doubling your gums from an already higher amount of gums is actually a lot more than if you doubled from a lower amount of gums. Also, we are pretty much there on the amount of gems we have, so we can now move on to the next quest, which is probably going to be unlock the pyramid, and hopefully we have that already done, and we don't need to go grind like 20 more meteorites. Looks like we are good on that. Just more gem drops, please. I need to go take a break. Yeah, I'll probably be actually ending the stream in like an hour. Yeah, stream will probably be ending in an hour. This will probably end up being like an 8-10 stream series where I continue to press through. We'll keep it... We're keeping talking. Yeah, usually at this point I'd be like halfway through a Rebirth too, is the funny thing. Like, this is super unproductive. Okay, now we hit unboxing for pet crate number 2. Before I move on to pet crate number 2, I definitely want to try to at least get up to... At least get the legendary from here. Maybe even try to get the godly. We'll see. But yeah. 1 hour is 10 p.m. your time? Yeah, for me it's only 2 p.m. in an hour, so... Actually, maybe we'll call it at 3 hours. We did spend a lot of time earlier this stream actually figuring out all the rules and stuff, so maybe it makes sense to end a little bit earlier, but... Yeah, this will definitely not be the first or last. This will definitely not be the last stream of this series. This series might end before I get up to my first Rebirth. All right, let's lock some stuff. Like, we definitely want to lock this. Tiger, I think we want to lock 2. Yeah, we don't need duck. I think the rest of this can just get deleted. Now we don't need this. So we can just go ahead now, mash trash. Dolls. Duck better than tiger? No, tiger is actually better. Just slightly. Oh, duck was better than tiger? Yeah, actually it might have been with his vacuum stats. Whatever. We will probably get another duck anyways. If not a legendary or something. Yeah, honestly, I don't know why I did that, but don't worry about it, guys. I might just be going crazy. Yeah, I think in 30 minutes I'll stop the stream. We'll continue this stream at some point. Probably won't be like as much as my 100% game completion where it's like stream. I'll probably end up doing like stuff in between each stream just because it'll end up taking a little bit longer. But yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's how this crate works. I don't think you can just summon a godly just by asking for it. I think you actually have to get like unbox a few. Man, I forget how slow unboxing is when you don't have the quick unbox game pass. Like normally like, as you guys can probably hear, I'm spam clicking. Oh, we got a bat. There you go. Now you guys cannot complain. Oh, and we got a legendary pet badge. Lovely. But yeah, as you guys, yeah. All right. Are we like not done? No, we're still not done with Dylan's. As soon as I said summon, it leveled up your restaurant. Ah, nice. Weird timing, but interesting. Oh, there we go. We got another rare plus. Hopefully it's the godly. It wasn't. But yeah, now we are only needing the godly from this crate. We can go ahead and move on to the next crate just for the one quest, I think. We aren't going to be allowed to use it, but yeah. Anyways, let's go figure out what our best pets are. It looks like we can actually go ahead, upgrade all of these up to Sunset Dragon and Bat. Also, for anyone wondering, Tiger was much better than duck. Much, much better than duck. So yeah, anyways, now we have a bat and a sunset dragon, which is actually probably pretty good. And we'll go ahead and unbox one of these crates. We won't be allowed to use this pet, whatever it is. It's not even a common. Wow, that's surprising. But yeah, we won't be allowed to use that pet since we did unbox it before we had it unlocked. But we are allowed to unbox it because it is only one crate above what we're currently at and required for a quest. That's mainly for later to stop us from being stuck on like right now we could probably get a lantern and be able to move on to quest number 2. But for later quests like Finsley's, there is no way I'm getting through all of pet crate number 2 before I get up to Finsley. And so we'll just go ahead and go ahead and get there first. I don't know where my train. I got distracted, guys. You should make it so that you can't go back to your main until your rebirth. Yeah, let's not do that. We have an event coming up soon, I think. And so I would rather not be unable to play the event on my main or stream it. So we'll not be doing that. I don't know. Events are usually fun. But yeah, we'll definitely be coming back to this. Won't be like, as I said, won't be like my 100% game completion where I do stream and just get it done. It'll probably be more like stream it, wait a few weeks, do a few other streams, then do another stream on it. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, next Friday, I think. Actually, I think it'd be... Yeah, next Friday. Not this Friday. Last week, we had the double drops event, I remember. Actually, these packs are getting somewhat expensive. Anyways, but we have like what 5 more quests of Jesse. Do you guys think we'll be able to complete this in like 30 more minutes or not? Now the question is, do I want to spend a little bit more time actually trying to get some slightly better pets? Because like, I have enough gems at this point where I could unbox for a lantern and then be able to move up to pet crate number 2. And if I remember correctly, Giraffe wouldn't like increase my pet stats, but like if I can get it like a rare or something from pet crate number 2, I don't know, we'll see. Actually, how many gems do we get from this? I think it was like 2,000. Oh, 3,000 exactly. That's actually really lucky. Yeah, that wasn't too many gems. Like, obviously, we need to unbox that like 10 times if I actually wanted enough gems, as I already had. And like 6 times. Yeah, okay. I need to wait 24 hours of perfect timing with that chest to be able to get the amount of gems I got from a single race loot bag. I think that goes to show how bad gem chests are. Gem chests could definitely get buffed a little bit and not be super overpowered. Why don't I use an auto clicker right now? I was actually thinking about it using one. I think the main reason why I'm not at this point is the fact that we only have 30 pet space. So if we do end up doing that, we are pretty much... We wouldn't get it instantly. We'd need to get kind of lucky, I guess. But yeah. Auto clickers are almost ineffective without quick unbox. I don't think you understand how auto clickers work. Actually, let me go show you guys really quick. Interesting. Whoa. All right. Yeah, with the loot bags, it's really fast to grind gems. And the thing is, it doesn't really even feel that overpowered. It probably is, but like, I'm not going to be able to get 1.2 million gems from all these loot bags. I need to do, what, like 60 races or something stupid like that to get 1.2 million gems from race loot bags. Yeah. Yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. And that's just for, like, dragon. Like, if I'm trying to get, like, a... Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. That's the thing. Rules can definitely change. I'm still debating on adding that gun rule. I feel like gun rule would be interesting in some respects. Now, I definitely think banning race loot bags at some point is probably going to be the case. We haven't actually really used any of the gems we got from the race loot bags, since we have been able to get enough gems that, like, currently we aren't technically using any of them yet. We will need to use them, though, like, in theory, to get a lantern, but yeah. Anyways, about 15 more minutes on this stream. Yeah, occasionally some quests do require you to grab weird items. I think the worst one right now is Alley for sure. Remnant Gabe is kind of like an endgame quest anyways, so it's fine if he has you required to go up to, like, all the way up to, like, Logsmith HQ, Agents HQ. Just because it is more of like an introduction to Remnant World, not a swamp backdoor quest. It's more of an overall backdoor quest. Like, same thing even with Riley. Like, Riley, you're required to do stuff in the Ghost World, like the bonus battle, I'm pretty sure, and all that other stuff. And even if she isn't located in those areas, she's kind of more of a quest just for entirety of Ghost World than a specific area in Ghost World. Speedrun Rebirth. You don't actually have to do Gabe at all when you speedrun Rebirth. Yeah, how are we looking on our antenna upgrade? Nowhere close. Man. Fortunately now, in theory, we could use gum to improve it. I don't think we actually have a good source of gum, though, or items for gum, so maybe not. But yeah. Yeah, no, that's the thing about classifieds of older pet crates. A lot more of them is for collection than actual pet stats. Like, that's kind of how stats work. The stats get outdated and they get underused or whatever. No one will really be using them. Like, stat progression is a thing in games. Like, pretty much any simulator will have that same problem where, like, a really hard to get item that you get early game is a lot worse than the easier to get items that you get later on in the game. And so you end up with this weird thing where, like, oh yeah, this is a lot harder to get, but it has a lot less stats. Yeah, that's kind of the point of an April Fool's quest, though, isn't it? To be a joke. And there we go. Now I just need the rare ghost from previous areas to go ahead and complete this quest. Alright, about 10 more minutes left in the stream. I think we should be able to get all of Jesse done, which I think is pretty good progress. Like, obviously it's not insane progress. Obviously someone apparently has rebirthed in less time than this, so it's not like an endgame person going through the game, but this is about what you'd expect if you're playing through the game for the first time. Being able to get up to middle of main hub in about 2.5 hours, or all the way through it in like 7. I believe Alice gives you, just gems and, like, crate keys, maybe? I don't think she has a Hoverboard reward. Okay, we're just gonna go move on to pigeons. No promises. Maybe if we're close to, like, I don't know. I don't know what the last 3 quests will be. So if the last 3 quests are, like, super long, we might even skip them. Or if they're short, we'll go ahead and do them. Really depends on what I feel like time-wise. I think the stream has definitely gone on long enough at this point that we're good to end it anytime, but I do kind of want to get to a decent stopping point before ending it. Or maybe just do a bit more unboxing first, but yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of annoying quests. Oh yeah, I need to get hammers for one of Hans's quests, so that's nice. This is not what I was grabbing. This was what I was grabbing. Alright, there we go. Done with this quest. Now let's see. Last 3 quests. Cowboy boot. Alright, that's easy. Lucky boot. Plasm. 8 cowboys. 8 zorgs. 8 living rocks. Alright. This shouldn't be too bad. And then whatever the last quest is hopefully probably going to be items. Or, not hopefully. But it'll probably be items, and then we'll have to upgrade our 10 after that. Yeah, we should be able to do this before our 3-hour mark. But I do kind of want to pause this at the 3-hour mark. Actually, it really depends on how fast we are. Like, if I'm distracted while doing this, we aren't going to be able to get there. But if I can, like, focus, we probably can. Where is the secret quest in Bloxbite HQ? There's a lot of puzzles in each of the rooms, so once you have the cane, you can go ahead and start interacting with those puzzles. So, yeah, good luck. That's really all the official stuff for them. Pretty much each room has its own puzzle. Except for the one without any doves in it. Yeah, all the puzzles are pretty hard to complete. Some of them are more doable than others. And some of them are impossible on Xbox. Which is not a joke. It is actually legitimately impossible to complete that puzzle on Xbox. But yeah, Yeah, I'll definitely go watch that. Make sure that you aren't pulling my tail on a 2.5 hour or any of like the stuff that is required. Because like yeah, there is gum, since like there's now enchanted gum, and obviously I'm not getting the best like server respawn time. I'm a little bit laggy while I'm streaming. Like for 2.5 hours, like that's a bit fast. I mean, obviously, I'm not doing it efficiently, so I can probably easily half the amount of time I spend on, like, Yoko and stuff. But, like, there is a certain amount of time that you are required, and I think can't imagine 2.5 hours, though. That just seems absurdly fast. Yeah, okay, maybe we aren't going to be able to complete this. In 3 hours. Yeah, the puzzles are kind of a pain. You can go look up like some other video, like a guide on it, somewhere, I'm sure, but like figuring out those puzzles by yourself is, whew. All right, there we go. Pack is pretty much full. We'll go ahead and sell. Oh no! All right, I was going to go see how fast. Show you guys how fast this is. This is auto-clicking. Even without quick unbox it, you can unbox like an insane amount at a time. Like I don't know how many that was, but it showed just a duck. But in reality, we got just a duck. Oh, lovely. All right, now we should get more than just one pet. All right, there we go. See, we got a legendary. We maxed out we got all 18 pets that we have in here. We got 3 more legendary bats. Lovely. All right, we will go ahead and lock you for sure. And lock you. And then mass trash. But yeah. Now that we have that, we do now get another jellyfish, which will probably be another upgrade to our pets. And equip it over that. And yeah, at this point now, all we need to do is actually get the godly from this crate. How many streams will this challenge take? 8 to 10, I think. It's not a short challenge, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm not really planning on getting this thing done anytime soon. All right, that should be maximum inventory. Didn't get a godly. Yeah, I'm going to try to go ahead and get this godly before we end this stream. I think that's a good stopping point, is get up to pet crate number 2. So everything from pet crate number 1. This might take a while, but we'll try. Alright. One more shot, I think. And then we'll go ahead and pause the timer. And, yeah, stop the stream. Do I hear a ding? Alright, we'll go ahead and pause the timer there. But yeah, in the first 3 hours of this challenge, it has affected us a total of pretty much 0 We haven't really been blocked on any of the, we haven't really encountered any of the long quests where you do get stuck on them, nor have we really had too many troubles with pet stats yet. Really, I'm expecting that to happen in the next stream, or maybe even the stream after, where we finally get to Ghost World. Because Ghost World's really where you start seeing the pet stats mattering. You start to see a lot more quests for lore and stuff that are kind of useless that you usually end up skipping. But yeah, also looks like the game just decided to crash anyway, so I guess this is really a good time to go ahead and stop it. But yeah, this is hard mode. There is a description of all the rules that I have for this in the description of the video. So if you want to go check out the specific rules I'm using for this challenge, you can check them out there. If you have any suggestions, I'm open to adding some more rules to this challenge. It is kind of it's a bit simple to begin with, but I think that definitely some of these will become a little bit more challenging later. I'm thinking of some specific stuff for some of the mega bosses, maybe. But yeah, if you have suggestions, let me know. I will see if I can add them, and I'll keep that rules page up to date as I add more rules. It's time for you to spend 2 hours watching the video. Yeah, can you claim after stream? Yeah, Jolene. Yeah, send me a DM or respond to the DM, something. I'll be there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this series. I think it'll be kind of interesting to see how a new player progresses through Ghost Simulator. And yeah, goodbye. See you guys